Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Chris.
How are you doing today?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing well.
We missed a week.
We did. And, I told Lauren that I was going to, I was thinking about doing a show by myself. I hadn't told Eric this. He just told me something that was funny right before I clicked record. But I said, I think I'll go in there and cut a show by myself, just whatever.
Well, you're the people. You're the one people tune in and listen to anyway.
No. And she was like, well, you could have a special guest. And I was like, oh, are you offering? She's like, no. I was like, well, do you have anyone in mind? She's like, no. I'm like, well, then.
We should have seen if Todd was available.
I know what the other Todd or Todd? So then Eric just told me before the show, our number one listener, Todd, has been listening to some old episodes, and he said his favorite quote is
C and sometimes E.
C and sometimes E. Because apparently, I don't remember this, apparently there were quite a few episodes from our first run that
I was not present.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you were just recording without me. Maybe you weren't scheduled episodes. You just said, well, let's go burn a couple.
So I almost did it last week, and then I was just like, I just didn't, because I don't even know why. I got busy doing other things and lost track of time.
What was your birthday weekend?
Yeah.
What did y'all do for your birthday?
Friday night, we had some friends over and grilled some burgers and had some fries and salad. And then Kristen, she always brings something like you that's like thoughtful in a way where other people normally wouldn't see. She brought me some Brussels sprouts.
Very nice.
She knows how much I like Brussels sprouts. And then Saturday evening, family came over and we had a taco bar.
Okay.
Yeah. I got 3 pounds of meatloaf mix, which is, ground beef, ground veal, which is also ground beef, and ground pork. I don't know why they do that. Because it literally says beef, veal, and pork. Right? I'm like, what? So we had a taco bar with that, with like every topping you could think of. And then Sunday night on my actual birthday, Lauren and the boys and I went to Big Daddy Burger Bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Where I got the same burger that I get every year.
Which is?
It's the 7-ounce patty, medium rare, American cheese, jalapeno bacon, fresh jalapenos, not pickled, jalapeno ranch, an egg over easy, and tater tots.
Sounds very nice.
It is a tremendous burger. And it's not spicy. Of course, jalapenos, the grocery store has what I call false jalapenos now. 1 out of maybe 20, but probably more like 1 out of 40 to 50 actually have heat.
Gotcha.
Like a bite to them. And so it's not really the restaurant's fault if they're being sold faux jalapenos. Yeah.
I like hops. I've been to Big Daddy with you, but I do like hops. And hops has got the El Diablo. And that's their version of what you just said. With, I guess you could add egg. Speaking of your birthday, it's a birthday present.
Oh, wow. Now, where can you get this on another podcast?
That's right.
A birthday present opening.
A live unveiling.
This is a live?
No. Live unwrapping.
I think it's an ice cream cone.
Looks like it. You know what that is? It's called a hand reel.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, that's monofilament.
Yep. It's for fishing.
Okay.
Christopher's an avid fisherman.
Uh-huh.
And so if you go somewhere without your rod, you can just pull that out of your pocket and fish.
Out of your pocket? What's
that in your pocket?
Well, how does it?
So
you don't have to take.
So first of all, Alvis made this.
Okay.
My father-in-law.
Uh-huh.
He's a wood turner, and I found him online
and
wanted one for my go bag, and wanted one for my left pocket, and and so I showed him, and he says, "We can make that." And so we made one for me, and then I said, "Make me another one." And Christopher's would like that.
That's nice.
And so the end opens. Here's what it is. It's a hand reel. And you open up this bottom, and you've got all your stuff in here. Hooks and
weights,
different weights, and like that kind of stuff,
shots and whatnot
on there. And then so I went to the beach this past weekend, took mine with me, and cast a few. And
also, you go like that, and it'll pull off. And
what I would do is I would actually hold it with one finger.
Like this.
Yep. And then I would and then let it go.
Okay. And then
it took a few extra times to figure it out.
You stop it with your thumb also?
No, I just let it go.
You let it go until it's done. Right. So you don't have to worry about backlash on it.
No. And then you just manually reel it in.
Oh, you mean like this?
Yeah, just like that.
Well, if you get a fish, you're going to
then you got the fish. This is holding the fish. And then you're just working it in.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so I
actually caught a couple crabs on it. I didn't catch any fish.
Crabs.
But I caught a couple blue crabs on it. So
nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is special because it's handmade.
That's right.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, this is one Olivia gave me. Well, she gave me some Drakkar Noir. I'm showing my age. Like that cake, it was originally released in 1982. That's the year Lauren was born. But then she also gave me a 3-pack of these cheeseburgers.
Is that for stress?
It was like a burger weekend.
Oh, gotcha.
So her best friend Marissa's, they saw these and she's like, "You should get that as well."
There you go.
So the boys have
2 ways to relieve stress: fishing and hamburger.
Hamburger stress ball.
People are going to think you're a little wound tight.
I can have one in each pocket. If I don't catch my dinner, I got that covered.
There you go.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, we went to the beach. We went to Bath last weekend. Me and Sarah and her mom and Alvis and her brother. And we fished. It was in the middle of nowhere where we were staying, the bed and breakfast, on a little inlet, like a glorified creek, but attached to the Pimlico River. And Alvis caught a good-sized drum on the first day. Vicky caught a good-sized drum the second day. And both of those was enough meat to feed us for 2 days. And then we also caught on the first day about 20 blue crab.
Okay.
And of size and sex. You can only keep the males.
Right.
And we lost about as many as we actually caught. But I spent 2 hours cleaning those things. First of all, we boiled them Saturday night in Old Bay and garlic and onions. And then we refrigerated them overnight, just because if they die, you can't fix them.
Right, they have to be.
They have to be alive.
Right. Yeah.
And we could have kept them outside in the cooler, but I didn't want critters getting to them and just a chance losing them. So, because I thought 20 was probably barely enough. So then Sunday I cleaned them, and it took 2 hours to clean 20 crabs because they were not huge. So I wanted to maximize the meat off of them, and then made some crab cakes. Okay. And Alvis said that was the best crab cakes he's ever had. So I thought they were very good. I don't know if they were the best I've ever had, but they were really, really good.
Cool. I used to. We're using a trap for those.
No. When you know where Jack Combs worked with us at People's Computers, he used to live. He had a house, or his parents had a house on Isle of Palms, and he's the first person I ever crabbed with. And he said, you just take an old rancid piece of chicken leg, tie it to a string, lay it lower down in the water, and you pull it up, and there'll be crabs on it. So they actually had some twine there, and I went and bought some chicken legs. I only needed one, but tied it on there, and that's what I used for 2 days. And we would do that. Now some of them would get off before we got the net underneath them, and it wasn't that quick as it was in South Carolina, but that's primarily what we use. But I caught some on the handrail. We caught some on the fishing line. So they were getting everything.
A certain someone is.
But we had good luck crabbing. Several of them got off. Let's see what. We had some excitement outside the studio.
Yeah.
I forgot to bring the on-air sign, Chris.
The little one works my nerves. So there were several places I would crab in West Palm, Riviera Beach. But there was one. It was a bridge that I would go to that was in from the intercoastal, and so I would just, it was the one I used was like a pyramid shape, and I would do that. I would get a piece of chicken leg or chicken thigh, and I would let it sit outside. My mom would get it from the store, and I'd put it outside and leave it outside, but in a box or something.
Right.
And then the next day, I would tie it to the bottom of the pyramid. Then I would just dump it off and tie the rope to the bridge. I would do that, and I would get crabs, and my dad would do all. I didn't eat them, but he would fix them for he and my mom. And then I would also catch a lot of skates there, tons. I mean, they were all maybe like that big at the biggest. And I would generally sell those, just like people would be riding by, and they would like make steaks out of the wings, cut them off.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, I had never. I mean, obviously, just dropping the chicken leg would work, but if you got the basket, they can't get out.
Right,
They're kind of stuck.
Yep.
So you're going to get all of them. That's cool. So how was the B&B?
Average. I guess we went to Bath itself. You can see all of Bath in no time.
Right. It's very small.
Very small. It has the one of the oldest residents in North Carolina. We saw it from the outside. Went to the oldest church in North Carolina. And I could see where Blackbeard's home or where his residence would have been, but it's no longer there across the river. It's on private land, so we couldn't see that. There's a tavern. There's an antique store that Sarah's mom got something from, but not a lot there. The place we stayed had a paddleboard and kayaks and canoe. Sarah kayaked and canoed. I got in the canoe. Kayaked and paddleboarded. I got in the canoe. Now this is one of the older. Kristen will attest. I'm pretty good on a canoe. And I got into this thing, and I'm going to show off. And it was an old aluminum canoe. The bottom was not as wide as most. It was more of a V shape, not quite. It was really designed for two people because you had to sit on the very back instead of being like a third of the way in, which made it a little less stable. And I tipped it, got a little wet. So I think that was on Sunday. We left on Monday. We all pack up. We get the cars loaded. I get in the car, go to turn the key. Starting sequence failure, or starting system failure. That's what it was. Starting system failure. Everything lit up, had power, but it would not start. I'm like, crap. We're in the middle of nowhere. We're an hour and a half from any major city, or an hour from any major city. And so, of course, I get on YouTube. I'm trying to Google, try to figure out what it could be. It could be like 6 different things. One of them is not recognizing the key fob. And I think key fob got wet. So I called a dealership. Dealership's like, well, I said, well, my in-laws are with me. They could bring me. Could you reprogram my key? Well, one, our key programmer is down. And 2, we have to have the car to program it. Great. She recommended a locksmith they use when their programming system's down. He was an hour and a half away, but he ended up making it. And I got 2 new keys for $300. And luckily that was a problem. Now he also said, this is how much it's going to be. If it doesn't fix it, you still owe me that. And it could be several other things. But luckily that's what it was.
Gotcha.
Once I remembered the key fob getting wet, then I was pretty confident that's what it was going to be.
Right.
So that was.
I have a story related to a key fob. I will share.
Detail.
My mother, with an older car she doesn't currently have, the key fob died. And Generally, she comes to me with things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't. She went to the dealership. I'll call them out. It was the Chrysler dealership on Wendover. And they charged her, it was almost $400, like $387. It seems like it was very close to $400 for one key fob. And she was like, she felt like she didn't have a choice. She went in there, it was dead, this, that. And he goes, here you go. You know, they went and got it. They programmed it to her car. So they had done all the things. And then they told her how much it was. They didn't tell her up front, oh, it's going to be, $387. And so then she felt like, I mean, she could have just been like, yeah, I'm sorry, that doesn't work for me. Just turn around and leave, right? But she paid them and she told me, and I was furious because you can go to AutoZone and get one for under $20.
Well, yes and no. So, like, I paid $300 for the key fob. Doesn't even have the lock, unlock, and all that kind of stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
The ones from the OEM
mm-hmm.
keys are expensive.
But you can get those for much cheaper than that, though. I've seen, like, if you go online. I don't mean if you go to a dealership or whatever, but right. I mean, I think the OEM one for her car was, it was 30 something.
Wow. Okay.
So they basically charged her 10x and made her feel and like guilted her. It was classic, like, car salesman.
Right.
They're like, oh, well, you've basically said something about that, well, you wasted my time, on this, and you're just going to walk away, you blah, blah, that kind of manipulative kind of stuff. And I was furious. So I called them. And they're like, look, we told her up front how much it was going to be. I was like, no, you didn't. I was like, my mother, is not perfect, but she doesn't lie. I'm like, she's as straight-laced as you can get. And if she told me this is what happened, then that's what happened. So went back and forth, and I finally got the service manager, and he, in a more polite manner, it wasn't super polite, but more than the first three people I spoke to, basically told me to pound sand. It was like, it is what it is. Right. So I immediately opened a case with the North Carolina State Attorney General, mm-hmm. An elder abuse case. I immediately filed a BBB report for elder abuse. And I also opened an elder abuse case with the FBI. Wow. The next day, the service manager called and told me that they had just refunded the full amount to my mom's credit card. And asked what else they could do to make this go away. I was like, I can't make it go away. You have to talk to the FBI and right. the State Attorney General and the Better Business Bureau. Not my problem, dude.
Right.
You guys should have told her from the beginning exactly how much it was going to cost. If it had been like $35 and she was expecting it to be $20, that's different. She had no expectation what it would be, but she never in a million years would have imagined it was going to be almost $400 for something that's worth about $1.50.
Now, like on mine, they told me it was going to be $260 up front. I knew a large part of that was the travel time. He had to come an hour and 15 minutes each way. So you figure that's like 2 appointment times. Okay.
Right.
While he was there, I said, how much would a second be? Because I only ever had one key for that car. He said $20.
Right.
So that's when I got 2. So really,
yours that was fair because the 2.5 hours worth of travel time.
Right.
You can't expect him to eat that.
Right. It's very specific. I mean, he had to have a specific computer,
right?
Specific key for that model.
Mm-hmm.
You
have to know the knowledge
to do it,
right?
And the computer had to pair with my car for 10 minutes,
right?
So I mean, it's not something a DIY I could do at home myself.
Exactly.
So,
and that if you had been there at his shop,
right,
it probably would have been
a half, if not more,
$100.
Right.
Because he's going to charge you his time,
right,
for the knowledge, the time it takes, the system that he has, and all that. That's right. Complete. But $400 at the dealership, I mean, they can do that stuff in their sleep. Like, right. Yeah. So, well, anyway. I'm glad were able to find someone to take care of that for you.
We're there. It delayed our departure by about 2.5 hours, which could have been far worse.
Oh, sure.
If that hadn't been it, and I had to have the car towed to a dealership and then rent a car and transfer all the stuff that I had packed into it and drive Sarah home.
Right.
And then, it could have been far worse.
Could have been much worse.
and they have to drive all the way back to get the car once it was fixed.
The moral of the story is you should empty your pockets before you get in a canoe or a kayak or a paddleboard.
Alvis was like, you should take your wallet out. I said, okay, so I did. I didn't even think about my keys. So my phone and my wallet were dry.
At least there was no whittling accidents.
No.
Because it sounds like you wouldn't have been very close to a medical facility either.
No.
Well, that's other than the end, that was a good weekend, right?
It was a good weekend. It was good to get away.
Yeah. Good deal. Well, we usually talk about weather, and we are in dire need of rain.
I passed the lake coming in, and it's way down.
It's down. Yeah. I would say 3.5, 4 foot of the bank is showing.
Yeah. It may be more, honestly.
Well, I mean, that's not a direct correlation to how far it's down. I'm just thinking of the expo. Yeah. Last time I looked, it looked like just estimating around 4 foot.
Mm-hmm.
But we need rain. It's bad. This
I don't even know if I haven't looked to see this week if they're even calling for it. They called for it last week and we didn't get it.
Right. And there was a chance yesterday or the day before, and it did get cloudy, but never happened.
Right.
But yeah, I think local meteorologist Tim Buckley is talking about, like, the last time we had something that we were in this category was 07 through. It took from like spring of 07 through fall of 08 to catch up from it. So that's significant.
We had significant precipitation in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
So seems like that's got to help us now as far as water levels and everything. No.
Mm-hmm. No, the problem is this. Because Lauren said the same thing. She's like, we were in a drought like in February.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I don't understand with all the ice and snow we got. But so approximately 1 inch of rain is 10 inches of snow. We got 10 inches of snow. 1 inch of rain would be great right now, but we would still be in a severe drought.
Right.
So it's not, when you see, 10 inches of snow, you're like, and then we have 2.5, 3 inches of ice a day and a half or 2 days before. You're like, oh, well, that's 13 inches, but it's not.
The last time you were in a drought, isn't that what's fast-tracked the dam here for the Renneman Lake?
Yeah, I believe so.
I mean, I know they've been working on it for like 50 years, but I think that was...
More. My mother said they were talking about it when she was a teenager, and she's 88. So they've been talking about it for, I think it was like 75 years in the making.
Wow.
Yes, typical government bureaucracy.
Can't argue.
So with that, we chit-chatted a lot. We talked about weather.
I'm not sure weather is, with all of our international listeners, do they care about the weather in North Carolina?
No. No, but it's just, I just, on here it says chit-chat, weather, what is happening with us, etc.
Well, there you go.
But they may not care, but it is significant.
There's
significant impact to us.
It is.
I mean, it's like, we need rain.
I've got a good news story that's really only impacts the local people. So,
well, that's okay. Yeah,
people in I don't know, where's our Vietnam?
They'll
appreciate it.
They will. Yeah. Yeah.
They can tune out for that part.
Yeah, they probably already have.
Well, our last episode was like record 2 hours,
mm-hmm.
which I think we just recently posted.
Mm-hmm.
I told Chris, with the amount of material I got here today, we might approach 3 hours a day. Who knows?
Who knows? It's
especially we haven't even started talking about birthdays yet.
I know. I mean, we got Instagram and TikTok stars.
Hey, that first one on your page is not an Instagram or TikTok star.
Yeah, I got Chris Evans. I got here. He's 45 today. I believe he was Captain America.
He was Captain America.
Yeah.
He's way down on my list. I got to find him here. Yeah, he's 5 pages into my stuff here. 44. No, he's 45 now.
Yep, 45.
He wanted to be an animator
mm-hmm.
for Disney. I don't have a lot of interesting facts on him. He's a tap dancer.
He is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
He's a tap dancer. And he's got an adopted pup named Dodger.
Okay.
that he found while filming a movie in 2017. He's a dog advocate.
Okay.
That's pretty much all I got on Mr. Chris Evans. He was in Fantastic Four.
Yeah. It's Captain America, right?
No, that's
I don't know.
Captain America is, I think that's Marvel.
Oh,
I don't know.
Well, I just assumed he was.
I think
Captain
he's like
America
in
that.
He is.
Yeah.
But Fantastic Four is different. He was like the Torch in Fantastic Four.
Oh, I'm saying I thought he was Captain America in Fantastic Four.
Oh.
I haven't seen it. There was a time in my life I don't need to go in detail, but you will know what I'm talking about, where I kind of I wouldn't say I was a recluse, but I kind of withdrew and didn't do things that I did on a regular basis. And like I loved growing up, not all the superheroes. I wasn't big into DC or Marvel, nothing like that. I had friends that were, but I loved like Superman, Batman, like the bigger type movies. And then when the Batman franchise started doing stuff, the newer stuff, I enjoyed it. And then like when in this year and a half, 2 year period, a lot of these things came out and I was interested, but because of where I was mentally, I didn't make the effort to go do them. And then I just missed it feels like I can't go see one in the movie where there's been 3 or 4 before it, where I'm like, I know I can still enjoy it, but like I wouldn't know the backstories and stuff. And so now it's like there's 83 of them. Like, I can't catch
I don't
up.
know what started the Marvel thing. I can tell you that, there's always been lots of Batmans being made.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that I really stick out that I thought when I came away from that thinking, wow, that was really good, was Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that might have been the one that kickstarted the whole.
Yeah, I believe so.
Now, my daughter, one of her friends, found online where you can watch these not in the order they were made, but in some other order, like maybe of when the original characters were introduced or how they fit into a timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And they watched a bunch of those movies in that particular order, which I don't know.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Batman. While I'm thinking about it,
yeah.
I've gotten to this thing where occasionally I'll go to like estate sales on weekends, and I'm only looking for certain things like cast iron pots or like antique vintage fans, or I've been looking for an Aladdin lamp for like a year and a half and haven't found one. Well, I went over the weekend when I was down at the beach. There was an Aladdin lamp I found at an estate sale. Now, online. Now, it doesn't mean it didn't sell, because it's usually 2 or 3 or 4 day estate sales.
Mm-hmm.
This was the last day, so I said the chance of it being there is slim. I was hopeful. I really should have gone the day before. That's when we were fishing. Everybody sleeps in, so I get up early. I never sleep. So I want to just drive all the way out there. It was 2 hours from where we were. I drove out there, and it was gone, unfortunately. But I picked up a 1965 Batman model that had been glued together, but never painted. And that thing, I got it for, if you go to the last day of an estate sale, everything's half off. I think I got it for $20. They sell online for $300.
Wow.
For a 1965 Batman model.
So you're going to sell it?
I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I might try and see if I can find original 1965 paint and paint it, and then maybe put it online or something. I don't have I'm not a huge Batman fan, but I drove 2 hours to get there. I had to pick up something. I also picked up a cast iron vintage Eagle desk lamp, which my dad had one very similar in his shop. So I picked that up for $7. They sell for $95 online.
Miracle.
Did I tell you about the desk fan, the Emerson desk fan I got 2 weeks ago?
Mm-mm.
And that's one thing I've been looking for a long time, like a vintage, like a 1940s, 50s desk fan. And I found one for $10. Obviously didn't work. Stripped it down, greased it, oiled it, because the motor actually takes oil.
Oh, okay.
But it's a desktop. It's cast aluminum. It weighs like 30, 40 pounds.
Wow.
But it's 12 inches. It stands like this down. It's oscillating. But it's like things made back then last forever.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've got it looking practically new. And I love it. So, and that thing,
Do you have it operational now?
Oh yeah, it's running perfect. I replaced the cables. Now I put a cheap lamp cord on it, but I've actually got it while we were gone. I haven't put it on there. The old braided cotton cords to make it look more original. But yeah, I got one of the fan blades was all bent to heck. I got it all straightened out and everything sanded down and looking great. I'll show you a video of it.
Nice.
I've seen those online. I've seen one listed for $741. And I've seen them for $550 and some everywhere in between. But this one's, I think mine looks even better. Now I plan on keeping this. This is something I've wanted for a while. I don't know how we got on that subject. Oh, Batman.
Who else we got today? We got Mary Kate and Ashley.
Yes.
Are 40 today.
Years. Wow. Big 4-0.
They were introduced to us at 9 months of age.
On Full House?
In Full House, yeah. With Bob Saget, right?
Yep.
Interesting thing about Bob Saget, because has nothing to do with them. I just popped into my head. For years, I had in my head the only persona I had of him was from that show, and then I saw some stand-up of his, and there was some like explicatives coming out, and I was confused because on the show, I mean, it's
family
friendly, and then he's actually a funny guy, decent stand-up, but I found that interesting.
Well, you can be funny without being.
Oh, of course.
Look at Nate Bargatze. He's funny. I love Nate, and he's very family friendly.
Sinbad from back in the day.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean,
Andrew Dice Clay. I'm just kidding.
I would throw out
Stephen Wright. I would say
Stephen Wright. Yes, yeah. And I was going to say, I would think someone that was inspired by Stephen Wright, Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, he is pretty.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
I mean, there's a thing here or there, but I mean, compared to Richard Pryor or Sam Kinison, but then also I think Carrot Top, for the most part, is
he can be a little.
He can, but it's not like just.
I saw him. I don't know if I saw him with you. Look, I saw him local
here in Greensboro.
Here in Greensboro before he made it big.
Well, he had notoriety.
He may have had notoriety, but he was not the national presence.
Right. It was me, you, and Catherine went to see that. Yeah. And what was funny, he came out like 30 minutes prior to the show. They had a video on the screen, and it was nothing except for animals mating. For like 30.
Is that family friendly?
Right. And so then he came out and he made some kind of joke where there was just something insinuated, right? And the crowd was like kind of groaning. He's like, wait a second. You guys were laughing for 30 minutes, watching animals. And he's like, that was mild. So, I mean, he's not like vulgar is what I'm
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Mary Kate, I got some stuff about them.
Okay, yeah, please do.
They were self-made millionaires before they turned 10.
Yeah.
Let's see here. They are the first in history to have, in 2004, the first twins to receive a joint star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And they founded a company called The Row.
The Row, luxury fashion, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And the valuation for that company is $1 billion now.
Wow, nice.
And their net worth is $250 million each. So, and they're not hurting.
Yeah, they must have had some parents that were decent and also agents that were looking out for them, because a lot of times those scenarios work out differently. Like, Corey Feldman thing, whatnot. So, good for them.
Well, she may have needed it. I was trying to think of the pop singer that's got the conservatorship, that she's got the DUI. Britney Spears.
Britney Spears, yeah.
Tim Allen,
yep. 73 today. Prolific actor and across many different things. Would you say most well known for the TV show?
Probably not.
No?
Not. I mean, that's where I obviously remember him mostly for. I mean, that was huge.
Right.
Tool Time. or Home Improvement.
Home Improvement. Yeah.
Tool Time was the name of his show on the show.
On the show. Yeah.
I would say more than likely he's better known now for Toy Story, voicing Buzz Lightyear. For at least for the majority of the people today.
Yeah. I'm talking about as far as maybe his body of work. I mean, Toy Story's not, but it's just his voice.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I got some facts about him.
Yeah.
He, in 1994, accomplished a rare entertainment trifecta. In 1 week, simultaneously, he had the #1 movie at the box office, The Santa Claus. Wrote the #1 New York Times bestselling book called Don't Stand Too Close to a Naked Man.
Okay.
And had the #1 rated television show, Home Improvement, all in that week.
Wow.
Same week. So he went to prison.
Yes.
You know that? I guess he got caught in 1978 with some cocaine, not just a amount that they deemed was not for personal use.
Right.
And he ended up serving 2 years and 4 months. And then when he got out, shortly after, had his stand-up comedy debut in 81. So,
okay. You turned it around.
Yep. We just talked about him being the voice of Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story 1. He got $50,000 for that. How much do you think he got for Toy Story 2?
It had to be in the millions.
5
million. Yeah.
5 million.
I was, and I wonder if he had any kind of royalty set up for the first one, or if surely he didn't do it for just $50,000.
Maybe, who knows? I don't know.
Well, he made up for it, I'm sure, on subsequent ones.
Yep. I'm sure by that point he wasn't hurt anyway, because
right. Well, for sure, but still,
with Tool Time,
the way that franchise has done, yeah.
And lastly, this is what one of our listeners, Todd, I'm sure would probably already knows. He's an avid car collector and even owned a professional auto racing team in the 90s.
Okay.
He teamed up with Celine, and they competed in endurance races like the 24 Hours of Daytona and that kind of stuff.
I knew he was an avid car collector. I was not aware of the rest of that. That's interesting. I didn't know he had a racing team.
I didn't either.
See, we learn as well when we do the show.
That's what I like about this.
Even people that we know.
That's right.
Right. Friend. Well, we can't leave out friend of the show, Grayson Pumple.
Oh, yeah, the 14-year-old YouTube star?
Yeah.
Where do you first remember him from?
Today. Grayson Pumple. I mean, what? Come on. He's not a star.
You got something against Canadian YouTube stars?
Yes, I do. I have something against people that are called
his first video, I believe, was a sprinkler dance. If I remember correctly. But I don't know. My memory is not what it used to be.
You just saw it. No offense, Grayson. But what that can't be his last name. Pumple?
Pumple?
Do you think that's
you think you would pick that as a stage name?
I don't know.
I don't
know if I would pick that as a last name.
Well, you know how we try to stay current.
Yeah, we do.
On this day in 1731,
yeah.
Martha Washington was born.
Oh, there
it's Martha Washington's birthday.
Today?
Today. Born in Kent, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know she was married before George?
I did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That husband, Daniel Park Curtis, he died in 1757. And
he went on to accomplish nothing.
Well, he died early.
Right.
Give him some credit. He married well, and she was a 26-year-old widow.
Mm.
But she did have over 17,500 acres, making her one of the richest women in Virginia.
Wow. That's a significant amount of land. Even today it would be.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I know someone that owns like 100,000 acres. Well,
combined,
I know of them, but
combined, I own about an acre.
Right. The 17,500. That's significant. Yeah.
That is significant.
Yeah.
She spent 8 winters with George during the Revolutionary War.
Mm-hmm.
Helped to feed and knit socks and tend to the wounded. What else do I have about her? That's pretty. She, when George passed away, he asked that she free all the slaves that was under their, I want to say employee, but that's not the right word, control. And she did it 2 years before her death.
Okay, good for her.
Yeah. So that's what I got on Miss Martha.
Martha Washington.
Yep.
What else do we have today?
Well, a little bit more current is James Clerk Maxwell.
Okay.
He was born in 1831.
Yeah.
Scottish physicist.
Coffee drinker.
He helped determine the speed of light. Apparently, he was quite brilliant. He also created the very first color photograph in 1861.
Wow.
And Albert Einstein kept a portrait of him. And Albert Einstein famously did not have a portrait of Newton in his study, but kept one of Maxwell. And when asked if he stood on Newton's shoulders, Einstein replied that he actually stood on Maxwell's shoulders. Because it was Maxwell's discoveries that helped Einstein get to the theory of relativity.
Okay. It is just a theory. I don't know why everybody's so impressed with Einstein. Like that Neil Tyson whatever guy, he just talks out of his butt, and it's by his own admissions all theories, and everybody acts like he's a genius. I'm like, I can theorize, and I'm stupid.
Well, I think most of them have been proven by this point.
No.
Yeah.
It's a theory.
Okay.
Well, Maxwell, he had a daughter, and she got married to her groom's last name was House. I'm not making it up. Sorry.
Good to the last drop.
I'll stop.
I got a couple poets born on this day.
Okay.
W.B. Yeats.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Keeping it
Yeats.
current. Yeah,
yep.
Yeah,
well, yeah, he was born in 1865.
Okay.
So
moving up 4 years closer.
That's 35 years after.
Oh, 35.
Mr. Maxwell.
Okay.
He was the first Irish person to win the Nobel Prize in literature.
Okay.
You know Yeats. You're a big
yeah.
fan of Yeats.
Yeah.
Let's see here. He was heavily invested in supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
High-ranking member of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. You know that. They're big today. They're a secret society focused on the occult.
I'm very familiar with it. Okay. Were you joking?
Uh-huh.
You know how I'm all into doing all kind of research on that stuff.
Gotcha.
I know about the golden hermetic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He was also befriended by Bram Stoker.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. And then another poet born same day, in 1888.
Okay.
So again, a little more current, is Fernando Pessoa.
Oh, yes.
He was born in Lisbon.
Mm-hmm. Where I've been.
Yeah, you have been. Mm-hmm. And anyway, his work didn't become famous until after he died.
I want to go on record. I want to go back to Lisbon.
I've never been.
I want to go back today.
Speaking of history, that's not the gateway of
for sure. Yeah.
To Europe and tons of
it's the westernmost capital of Europe. No, wait a second. I guess technically Reykjavik might be. Anyhow, on land, the westernmost capital. But I would go. I would go again. I was enamored with the cobblestone streets, which I know is not unique to there, but the people, the food, just everything about it. I absolutely loved it. Yep. Well, good deal.
I myself have never been. Mm-hmm. I've got one little more current.
You've been to Iberia. Right.
I have.
Just Spain, not Portugal.
Exactly. I've been to Madrid. They also had cobblestone streets. And Basil Rathbone.
Okay.
1892. Born in South Africa. He's a British actor. Played Sherlock Holmes.
Right.
He was actually born in Johannesburg. This is an interesting guy though.
Hi, Lolo. She was born in Johannesburg.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
I thought you were waving somebody out the window. What's going on here?
A listener to the show.
There you go. He served as an intelligence officer in the Liverpool Scottish Regiment during World War I.
Okay.
He was awarded the Military Cross for conspicuous daring and resource on patrol. He had camouflage that he self-made to look like a tree, and he would during the daytime in enemy territory and capture intelligence.
Wow. Okay.
So he was a champion fencer, and when he went to Hollywood, they kind of cast what's that called? Where they put it in one role, cast set him or whatever. Anyway, typecast him. Yep. Thank you. In roles like that, so he did like Marcus Zorro and Romeo and Juliet and those type of roles. And he's a distant cousin to Henry Rathburn, who sat next to President Abraham Lincoln at Ford's Theater and attempted to stop John Wilkes Booth.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was stabbed and suffered deep psychological trauma from the event.
I'm sure, yeah.
So that's,
can you imagine being next to anyone and them killed and you're not?
Right.
That would have to create all kinds of emotional and mental trauma. But then on top of that, if it were a figurehead or dignitary or president or king or queen, I mean, that would have to be.
But it does sound like he tried to intervene.
Right.
So it's not like he just was an innocent bystander and let it happen. It sounded like he tried to stop the horrific.
I got Richard Thomas today.
I got him online somewhere.
He's 75 years old. And obviously he was John Boy on the Waltons a long time ago, but he's had quite a successful career for sure.
Night, John Boy. Good
night, John Boy.
I guess he's still with us, is he?
Oh yeah. He's 75. He's 75. Still. I saw him. He's done a lot of TV stuff here and there.
Yep.
Right. I like him. And then today also.
Wait, I have some facts on
him. You have some facts on him? Okay.
He did a span on Broadway. He knows a lot of unique languages. Spanish was his first language. His mom and dad were in the New York City Ballet.
Also Chinese.
Yes, he majored in Chinese at Columbia.
Yeah.
But when he was a baby, I guess his parents were in Cuba with the New York City Ballet, and that's where he learned Spanish.
Okay.
While they were there. He's a practicing Buddhist, and he has hearing loss. He suffers from some sort of hearing loss, and he's a big advocate for that.
Okay.
So,
yeah, he's not something like, where he comes to mind, but when I see him and stuff, I always enjoy his role.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's a good actor. He seems believable to me.
I think he was on Law and Order, and I thought that was
he was on Law and Order. Yeah. Yep. Today is a birthday of the lead singer of one of my favorite bands.
Who's that?
Rivers Cuomo.
Okay.
Today he is the lead singer of Weezer.
He's not on my list. Tell me about Rivers.
Rivers? So Weezer, I think, formed in 92. Their freshman effort was released in 94. And I was introduced to them by Carlin, my late friend. And then had seen them in concert several times. But yeah, Weezer is, I don't know. I would say they're definitely in my top 5 bands. Yeah, I really like them. And there's, as far as some trivia, or little factoids, there's a little bit in here, but really not that much. He graduated from Harvard with a degree in English. And then he has a son named Leo and a daughter named Mia. And that's pretty much all I know about that. But yeah, definitely one of my favorites. And let's see. Steve-O, I don't watch that show anymore, but he is. I think.
What show?
I think it's called Jackass. Wasn't he on? I'm pretty sure he was on that. Yeah, he was on Jackass.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, are you familiar with that show?
Yeah.
It's basically some morons.
Johnny Knoxville's though.
Hurting themselves all the time.
Johnny Knoxville, who I remember from that.
It's almost like he's trying to channel Jim Carrey from The Mask there. Let's see.
I've got some more here. Do you know who Red Grange is?
Red Grange. That sounds familiar, but I'm drawing a blank.
He was born in 1903.
Okay.
He's American football player, nicknamed the Galloping Ghost. He played for the University of Illinois and the Chicago Bears. I knew the name, but when I was researching him, I didn't realize the impact he had on the NFL.
Okay. Yeah, share it with us.
So as a football phenom who single-handedly legitimized professional football, known for his staggering speed, he scored 4 touchdowns in 12 minutes against Michigan in 1924.
Okay.
And became the first athlete to successfully transition to a nationally celebrated sports broadcaster and movie actor. When he signed with the Chicago Bears in 1925, professional football was largely ignored back then. And he became the largest sports draw, famously attracting 36,000 fans for the Thanksgiving Pro debut and drawing 73,000 fans in New York's Pro grounds 10 days later.
Putting butts in the seats.
Putting butts in the seats.
Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Wait a second. It's the Indiana Bears, right? They're moving,
Bears.
right?
What's that?
They're moving.
The Chicago Bears are moving to Indiana?
Yeah.
I heard there was. Is that for sure?
If it's not 100%, I know it's. I'm pretty sure they're leaving Chicago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, I mean, can't really blame them.
No, I can't.
No. Okay, cool. I'd heard the name too, but I wasn't. That was it.
I didn't know the impact he had on the NFL.
Yeah. Well,
look at that. That guy's pretty famous.
Yeah, Stellan
Skarsgård. He's not on my list.
Yep. Today he's 75. Swedish actor. He was in Thor.
Mm-hmm. That's what I remember him from.
Yeah. Mamma Mia. I mean, I've seen that many times. Let's see. What else?
That's what I remember from his Thor.
Yeah.
He had a pretty big role in that. He played a scientist in Thor.
He was in Good Will Hunting with Matt Damon.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, also, do you know who this is?
I do. I like Malcolm
from Red John.
Yep.
The Mentalist. They don't even mention that in here, which is funny because I was like, that's the first thing I thought of when I saw him because he played that role just so perfectly. It was great.
I remember him in Psych. You ever watch Psych?
Oh yeah.
When I first saw him, that's the first thing I remembered him in was Psych.
Psych. Yep. Well, I've not only did I watch it in first run, but I've watched it in Syndicate, like from beginning to end. Gotcha. Yeah.
One other.
It's a great show.
Actor that's on that show is on our birthday list today too.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, I've missed that.
Yeah. So, he was in Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange, yep.
He had $1,000 a week cocaine habit back in the 80s, which kind of slowed down his work during that time. He's the man who killed Captain Kirk in one of the Star Trek movies. He's the actually villain who killed Captain Kirk.
Okay.
And he starred in The Entourage, Franklin and Bash, and Psych. Mm-hmm. So, like you said,
Our Friends in the North.
Red John.
Yeah.
The Mentalist.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's such a good actor, he could do anything, but he just seems like he has to be a villain.
Right.
He just, being typecast. But
well, there she is. That's the person that was in Psych. Ali Sheedy.
That's right, Ali Sheedy. Right. I saw her, and I didn't
put the two together.
Yeah, I did not. She was in St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah, that's what I remember from most.
Let's see.
I remember her from War Games, or that's probably the first movie I remember her in. Did you ever see that with Matthew Broderick?
I don't recall.
Okay.
I know I saw her in Breakfast Club.
Yep. That's what Sarah would probably remember her most from.
Mm-hmm.
I remember her from Psych and Short Circuit. That's the ones I remember her most from.
Okay. Do you know who this lovely young lady is.
Did you know that she had, I'm sorry, back to Allie. She wrote a book at the age of 12 that was a best-selling book for McGraw-Hill. It was a children's book called She Was Nice to Mice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I generally stomp on them.
And she was, so speaking of mice, Sarah's boss's wife is she loves animals.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they must have.
I love animals too.
I do too. But
They're delicious.
But she has like 3 rescued frogs in their house right now, and she had rescued like 2 field mice, and she had the mice in this good-sized aquarium with tunnels and lots of bedding and everything, and that they never really cleaned out. I guess I don't know, but they had them in there. I think Sarah said for 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how? And her husband, Sarah's boss, finally, she got to get rid of these. They're field mice. You can't have these in the house. So she took them outside to get rid of them. And when she dumped it out, how many mice do you think was in there after 8 weeks?
8 weeks. 12.
She didn't count them, but she said it was like 25 that ran out.
Wow.
In 8 weeks. And they didn't even know that they were multiplying.
Well, you know, what she should do is she should have got some rescue snakes.
There you go.
Just saying. I mean,
it's a circle of life.
Circle
of life. So Ali Sheedy was part of what they called the 1980s Brat Pack.
Okay.
With Emilio Estevez.
Emilio, yeah, because the Breakfast Club.
You want to try and name them?
I know Emilio.
Okay.
How many?
Well, I think, of course, this is all a matter of opinion.
Right.
But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I can't get all those. But
Michael
Hall.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me.
Well, think of like the Breakfast Club.
Right. Emilio Estevez.
Yep. There you go.
It's been a very long time since I've seen that movie.
Rob Lowe.
Oh, yeah. Well, Rob Lowe. Yeah.
Andrew McCarthy.
Okay.
Demi Moore.
Okay.
Judd Nelson. Molly Ringwald.
That should have come right out.
In Ellie.
Okay.
So, and then some people include Tom Cruise in there, and somebody else I can't remember.
No.
So, but I don't consider him part of that.
I wouldn't think so. No. What was the original Rat Pack?
The original Rat Pack?
Yeah.
Who was the original?
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
Dean Martin?
Dean Martin. I couldn't think of his name. I'm sorry. The African American Sammy Davis Jr. And there was one other one who's lesser known, but I can't think of his name. We talked about him on the show
because those were 3 I remember, but
there was 4, and I can't remember the name of that 4th one.
Well, since we're live, why not we just look it up? Okay. Peter Lawford.
And we talked about Peter on the show. I don't know his birthday or for what reason.
Joey Bishop. So Dean Martin, Peter Lawford, Frank Sinatra, Joey Bishop, Sammy Davis Jr., Humphrey Bogart, and Angie Dickinson.
I don't know that again.
Yeah. So, well, good deal.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit about. And she's 64 today. Okay. Yeah, and then I know this guy. I know his face. What is he from? I don't know any of that stuff. He must just.
I recognize the face too, but I can't.
Playing bit parts.
I don't know any of that.
Ethan Embry.
Yep.
And then, if you didn't see her name, would you know who that was?
I would not have.
Okay, Coco Arquette.
Courtney and David's.
Yep.
Daughter, I guess. How old is she?
She's born in 2004.
So 22.
Yep, 22. Right here, she reminds me of Alanis Morissette. The eyes to how she's looking there.
It looks Zooey Deschanel to me.
Esque.
Yeah. Zooey Deschanel-esque.
She also kind of looks like Courtney in a way. Because it kind of makes sense if that's her mom.
Yep. I've got several more here.
Yeah, go ahead. That's all the birthdays I have.
I got Ed Seamus.
Oh, Seamus.
Born in 1922. U.S. American paratrooper in World War II. And last surviving officer of the Band of Brothers.
Okay.
the 101st Airborne Easy Company, 506th Regiment.
Name the band of brothers. We did Rat Pack.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's what that miniseries was based on, famously. Highly decorated paratrooper, made significant contributions during World War II on both the battlefield and after. He accepted the surrender of a high-ranking German officer, relieved him of his sidearm, discovered lately that it was Albert Kesselring, one of Germany's top military commanders.
Okay.
So he captured him. And he was actually at the Eagle's Nest. You know where it's a fort that Hitler did a lot of his. It's a retreat that Hitler used. And while he was there, he found some cognac that was labeled for the Führer's use only. Took a bottle home with him. Okay. And then opened it and toasted his eldest son on his bar mitzvah.
Oh, okay.
So, and he had a long career with the NSA.
Wait a second. Bar mitzvah. He was cut that from. Okay. That seems. Okay, go ahead.
And he worked for the NSA, and he was a specialist on the Middle East affairs from 1945 to 1982.
Okay.
So he did a lot for our country. I thought that was interesting.
Good deal. Yeah, definitely.
And then who else do I got? Paul Lynde.
Paul Lynde.
You know who Paul Lynde is? It might be before your time. You probably recognize him if you saw him. He was in this that Hollywood Squares show.
Oh, yes.
He was always like right in the middle.
Yes,
super funny.
Yes. Yeah,
he always had like the best one-liners.
I don't know if I saw it first run or not. Probably did, but I definitely saw it in Syndicate.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed that show for sure.
They gave an example of some of his responses that. So Peter Marshall, which is the host of the show, said, "What are two things you should never do in bed?" And he immediately shot back and said, "Point and laugh." Yeah. He was also the voice of Templeton in the Rat in the 1973's Charlotte's Web.
Okay. Wow.
So, and he bought Earl Flynn's house. Oh, and what was the name of the dog? You said if you ever had a dog, you were going to name it?
Mr. Peter Fudge.
Mr. Peter Fudge. He had a dog named Harry McAfee.
Well, Lucy's name was going to be Mr. Peter Fudge, but Lauren said no.
That was vetoed.
Yeah.
So, and he was from Mount Vernon, Ohio.
Mount Vernon.
So I have him. Let's see who else. Anybody? John Nash from 1928. He was the mathematician from the movie A Beautiful Mind.
Oh,
I mean, he's what that Beautiful Mind was based on.
Okay.
And he won 2 prestigious awards. He was the only person to ever win the Nobel Prize in economics, and in 1994 for game theory, and the Abel Prize in 2015 for his work in mathematics.
Okay.
And he created a board game called the Hex, which I've got to look that up. And he created it in college. Everybody played it, and then it became somebody bought the rights to it, I guess, or he whatever made it nationally released. And then in the movie, it depicts him having hallucinations. That's not really how he suffered from schizophrenia.
Okay.
And he said mainly it would come to him as were more auditory and mental, not hallucinations. And he recovered from it. I didn't realize this. He, a rare recovery after severe decades-long battle with paranoid schizophrenia. He experienced an extremely rare spontaneous remission of his symptoms later in life, allowing him to return to teaching and research.
Nice.
I did not know that.
I didn't even know that was possible.
I didn't either.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah. I've not seen that movie. I've seen it. I've only seen it once. Was Russell Crowe?
Yes, Russell Crowe was it. I think he played
that gentleman, right?
Yep.
Okay. I remember seeing promos for it and being interested. But for whatever reason, I've never seen it. Would you recommend it?
It's been so long since I watched it. I do think I enjoyed it.
I mean,
when you say enjoy it, it's because when you see somebody suffering through that kind of stuff,
Right,
you see somebody
think
who's
it was
so
well
smart,
done?
and then I did.
Yeah.
I did.
That's what I gathered. Everybody said that it was like a good.
I like Russell Crowe too. I
do
really
too.
like Russell. Crowe.
I'm a huge fan of his. So. Really am. Do like Chris Kelly. Name your Mount Rushmore. I have no idea.
Yeah, I could. I'm not sure I could do that.
I do like him.
I got one more birthday.
Okay,
and I know we don't like to do politics here, but Roy Cooper.
Oh, the Emperor. Yeah, Emperor Cooper,
former governor of North Carolina.
Oh, he was a governor. Okay, I thought he was the Emperor of North Carolina.
He was the 75th governor of North Carolina. And holds the record of the longest serving attorney general in the state from 2001 to 2017. And he's running for North Carolina Senate against Michael Whatley, which I think he'll probably win. I know it's, I'm not saying I'm for or against, but he's making it more about affordability, and Whatley's making it more about jobs. And I think since unemployment's down, I think affordability is going to probably ring more true. Plus, he's got the name recognition in North Carolina.
Right. So, are those kind of go hand in hand?
They do. Right. They do. But
it seems like they would.
And I know. Anyway, I don't want to go there.
No.
But
anyway, this is not a political statement. I don't like Emperor Cooper. I know he did our state a disservice with COVID.
But so what he did do, here's what I think I did appreciate him during COVID. I drove a lot during that time because I had an essential job in outside sales. So I spent a lot of time in the car. And they did, I want to say daily or every other day updates.
Okay.
On the radio with him, and I think it was the CDC. There were 3 of them. And now I'm not saying I agree with everything he did, but I did appreciate the updates of the situation. And I thought I don't think that was happening everywhere.
Right.
And so from that part of it, that one thing I thought they did right. So,
was that your birthdays?
That's all my birthdays.
All right. Well, in this day in history, the first one is one that I don't like. The Miranda rights are established.
I have that as well.
It's a terrible day in history.
I don't know if it's terrible. I'm not sure I disagree with it.
I hate rights.
I don't disagree
I'm
with
anti-rights.
I am not anti
anything that favors the criminal, I will always be against. 100% of the time against it.
So this went to the Supreme Court, obviously. And there was the guy, Ernesto Miranda. He was an 8th grade dropout with a history of mental instability. He was arrested for kidnapping and rape. After a 2-hour interrogation, he wrote and signed a confession, but police never informed him that he had the right to remain silent or to have an attorney present. It went to the Supreme Court. The original conviction was overturned as unconstitutional, but they did not declare him innocent. He was retried without using the confession that he gave during, and they relied basically on the testimony from his common law wife, and the jury did convict him again, and he served time in prison.
So my question is, well, I guess they don't know. DNA would tell, but what was he guilty? He was found guilty.
He was found guilty the second time. So
and was the evidence overwhelming that
I don't know.
He was guilty?
I don't know the trial that close, but obviously his original conviction was bolstered by his confession, obviously. And he gave a confession without having been given the option or being told that he could remain silent and he could have an attorney.
I think that's ridiculous.
No,
it's a sad day in history.
No, I don't think so. I think there's many a times that the police have coerced a confession. There's people that were found innocent later, and again, you and I are going to disagree on this, but I do believe that innocent. Well, I think you would agree innocent people should not go to jail. And if innocent people are going to jail because confessions are being extracted from them in an unlawful manner, then that should be stopped.
Right. The key being innocent people. If they're guilty,
But the problem is
Doesn't matter.
innocent people are getting caught up in that.
But why?
Be-
Oh no! Wait, you don't have to be told that you have the right to stay silent. You don't have to. You can just choose to be silent.
But you may not know that's an option. You may think
You just don't open your mouth. What do you mean it's not an option? Like that's just common sense.
well, and we already have attested that is not very common these days.
Right.
So anyway,
Well, I am.
but you're right.
I'll put it to you this way: if the sheriff department came here right now and said, "May we search your house?" I would say yes. I wouldn't ask them if they had a warrant. You know why?
Because you don't have anything to hide.
Nothing to hide. So I'm just. I don't know. I guess I understand in theory, but to your point, we've had civil discourse over this many times. But to your point, you don't want innocent people going to jail. I also don't want guilty people going free, and that's what this does.
I agree with that too. I don't think that's what this does.
Oh, absolutely. Many thousands of guilty people have gone free because of the Miranda rights. Well, because a police officer asked the wrong question at the wrong time, some technicality. Everybody knows the person's guilty, whether or not they confess. In some cases, they've confessed, and it gets thrown out because someone didn't cross their T and dot their I. Right. And I can't
say that doesn't happen.
Oh, it happens all the time.
Right.
So that's why I think it's terrible. I'm the exact opposite of you. I think all the innocent people should go to jail to keep guilty people in there. So
I disagree.
I think we have far too many rights. That's what I think. I don't feel so important that I think I deserve rights that let me go free after I've committed a crime. I'm not that important. And I surely don't think criminals are important. No offense to their parents. So this fact of the day, I'm just going to go right past it. What else do we have? Whoops. Oh, this one I wanted to say in 1381, because, keeping it current, right?
Yep.
The peasant army marches into London. And I just want to say, how do you know that they were the peasant army?
I don't know.
They were covered in poop.
Because he ain't got shit all over.
I thought you would have.
How do you know he's a Well, I can redate that. I can go back to 1373.
Oh my goodness, you got me beat.
What year was yours?
1381.
1381. I got you beat. 1373. It was 653 years ago today.
Mm-hmm.
The world's oldest treaty between England and Portugal was signed and is still, in fact, intact today.
Okay.
It's a pact of perpetual friendship.
Between who?
England and Portugal.
Okay. Perpetual. Well, I mean, it can't end if it's perpetual. That's pretty cool.
It's binding the nations to be friends to friends and enemies to enemies. Spanning over 6.5 centuries. It was actually invoked in World War II.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Portugal was officially neutral in World War II. And the invocation allowed the Allies to use naval bases and air bases in the Portuguese Azores. And that turned the tide of the battle in the Atlantic against the German U-boats.
Okay. So not necessarily that they have to go to battle, but just that they're, like in this case, they allowed them to use their naval bases and stuff. Okay. Yep. Good deal. Yeah.
Anyway.
653 years ago.
653 years ago.
Keeping it current.
Mm-hmm. I got that one on mine.
Oh. Lafayette arrives in South Carolina to serve alongside George Washington and Martha.
And Martha.
Yeah, exactly.
She was there.
Exactly.
So that was 249 years ago.
Yeah.
He was a 19-year-old French nobleman with no combat experience. Defined King Louis VI orders not to assist American colonies. I guess France was neutral and didn't want to be drawn in. He arrived in 1777 to be an unpaid major general in the Continental Army, alongside his lifelong friend to George Washington and Martha.
He was a French aristocrat.
He was.
Only 19.
Only 19.
Yeah.
He arrived in South Carolina
Mm-hmm.
and then headed to Philadelphia, 900 miles overland.
Okay.
Oh, here's an interesting fact. Okay. The Continental Congress initially wanted to turn him away as they were already overwhelmed by foreign volunteers seeking glory. To win them over, he offered to serve entirely at his own expense. He's buried, when he passed away, he was buried in 1834 in Paris under dirt that his son had specifically brought over from Bunker Hill. So he's buried in American soil.
Wow.
Didn't know that, did you?
No, I did not.
Well, now you do.
This is an educational experience. It really is. We learn all kinds of things.
Yep.
That's interesting. What else we have in history?
Speaking about rights and how much you love them. 160 years ago today, in 1866, the U.S. House of Representatives passes the 14th Amendment, the Civil Rights Amendment.
Okay.
That's pretty big.
Mm-hmm. That is a big one.
So,
you 100% supported by one side of the aisle.
Every Democrat voted against it.
Every Democrat.
Every single
That's
one.
not a political statement.
No.
That is a factual statement.
Yep.
Yeah.
In fact,
I mean, it's just
it was
what
vetoed by Johnson.
Right.
And it's one of the, I think it was the first time in U.S. history that the veto was overridden.
Right. Yep. I'm not against inalienable rights. I just don't like all this made up nonsense to let criminals go free. That's really what it boils down to. I just, it's unfortunate when you see, but we had some good news. I won't get into it because it has been politicized for no reason, but we do have good news recently where a criminal did not go free.
Right.
But
that's the first thing that came to mind when you were talking about that.
Yeah, it was just
when you mentioned parents, that's the first one that came to mind.
Well, for sure, yeah.
So,
what else do we have? Thomas Jefferson was subpoenaed to Aaron Burr's.
Let me go back a second. Okay. So on the rights thing,
and
I might misquote this, but I think it was the Federalists who were against having the Bill of Rights passed.
Correct. Yeah, the Federalists.
Because it's not the right of the government to grant the citizens' rights.
Right.
The citizens grant rights to the government in a republic. I agree. And when I read that not too long ago, I could see that argument.
Yeah, I mean, if you think in a republic, which we are, it's not a democracy. It is a republic. That is actually.
But
right.
If you have a group of people whose rights are being trampled upon, I do see the need for the government to intervene on behalf of those. And anyway, I don't know. We're getting deep, but anyway, I just
no, I can see that. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway, what else you got in history?
Thomas Jefferson was subpoenaed, and so I'm just wondering.
I did not have it on my list.
How many sitting presidents, have been subpoenaed to any kind of trial, much less a treason and a murder trial? Aaron Burr had killed. That was his former vice president. He killed the Treasury Secretary Alexander Hamilton in a duel. Because remember we were talking about like back then, like it wasn't necessarily considered murder. If you had a score to settle, you went and had a duel, and if someone got killed, then the other person was the victor. That's just kind of how it worked.
Right.
Seems kind of crazy. I won't read all because there's a ton.
I didn't even have
here.
this, so I would love to hear some of it.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's only a few paragraphs. Jefferson receives a subpoena to testify. Former Vice President Aaron Burr. Burr asked Jefferson to produce documents that might exonerate him. He had killed former Treasury Secretary and Revolutionary hero Alexander Hamilton. Might have heard of him. I don't know. After killing Hamilton, he was still the vice president. He went into hiding. He concocted a seditious plan to enlist the help of Britain and Spain to create a separate nation in the southwestern reaches of America, including parts of Mexico, over which he would rule. That was kind of what? It failed miserably. General James Wilkinson betrayed him and alerted Jefferson to the plot. He was hunted down and arrested in 1806 and indicted for treason.
Interesting.
So, yeah, and there's more. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know how many times presidents have been subpoenaed at all, much less in a trial of that significance. Treason is, that's a high crime for sure. So
I read recently, I might get these facts wrong, so maybe I shouldn't even mention it, but you mentioned Mexico in there and trying to, I read that there was a communique that was intercepted between Germany and Mexico, where Germany was going to side with Mexico and offer to return the territories that America got from them, Arizona, New Mexico, blah, 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 California, parts of Texas. And we intercepted that communique, and that is what, and then that was published throughout the nation, and that helped turn the tide of America wanting to get into the war in World War I.
Okay.
So I thought that was interesting.
That is neat.
I don't know, maybe think of that when you mentioned that in the last.
Let's see, what else? I don't really have a lot of stuff from.
Well, I've got one. Here's an interesting. Let's see here. 121 years ago today, in 1905, New York's Giants' future Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher Christy Mathewson throws his second no-hitter. I think we may have talked about it. Exactly 35 pitchers in Major League Baseball have thrown multiple no-hitters. Okay, you know who's thrown the most? I think he's your favorite.
Mr. Ryan?
Yes, Nolan Ryan. He's pitched 7 in his career. Next closest is 4. It's not even close. And that was Sandy Koufax. He's pitched 4. 4 have pitched 3 no-hitters. And then the 29 others have pitched 2 no-hitters.
Yeah, Nolan Ryan's just, he used to go. I mean, just look at that stat. You're thinking 7-4. What? Right. That sounds pretty close. It's not close.
It's not close. It's almost twice the closest.
But for that to happen, to pitch that game, that's the reason why it doesn't happen that often, right? Yeah. Because for everything to fall in place, it has to happen perfectly for everything to fall in place. 7 times is crazy.
Right.
It is.
It is amazing.
And then Sandy Koufax, he's like, isn't that what the pitcher award is named after him? Or
isn't that Cy Young?
Oh, Cy Young. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. But Sandy Koufax was obviously a tremendous pitcher.
106 years ago today, the U.S. Post Office made it illegal to mail babies.
See, again, not to harp on it, but getting back to the rights thing. Some things you don't need a law for.
Apparently you do. This proves it. Because it wasn't a one-time offense. It was
that should go without saying. You don't mail a baby.
After a mother attempted to mail her son to Tennessee and got into a heated argument with the postal clerk who refused to take him, the U.S. Postmaster General stepped in on June 13th, 1920, and officially banned mailing humans.
How old was the son? I have a theory.
That one I don't know, but I can tell you that the first mailed child was 8 months old.
Oh, okay.
Very first child sent through the mail was an 8-month-old baby in Ohio. You know how Ohio parents are. Mm-hmm. His parents sent him to his grandmother for just 15 cents in stamps. The longest journey was one woman mailed her 6-year-old daughter across state lines from Florida to Virginia, a 720-mile trip for also 15 cents.
So my theory is, and I think it's what
I have one more, but go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to see if it holds up to your theory.
Well, based on what you're saying,
yes.
It sounded like it was just for transportation.
It would really, yes.
To get them from point A to point B.
Right.
Yeah.
It was cheaper than buying a bus ticket.
A bus ticket, a plane ticket, a train ticket.
Right. I'm not sure they had planes back then, but maybe
1920?
1914. I don't know.
I don't.
Maybe.
Wright brothers?
Yeah, but I don't know if they had international.
True. Yeah, I don't know.
Stamped as a baby chick in 1914, a 4-year-old Charlotte May Piersdorf was sent by train to her grandparents because children were not an approved shipping category. She was labeled and mailed under same regulations as a baby chick.
Mm-hmm.
And her story was later adopted into a popular children's book called Mailing May.
Commercial flights in the United States began in 1914 with the launch of the St. Petersburg-Tampa airboat line.
Well, there you go. She could have taken her from Pensacola, Florida to St. Petersburg and flown her there. So
interesting. At first I was thinking, mailing bait, like, mailing it to the fire department, or like, I don't,
you put it in a crate
but
or something.
they were
like
really just getting them, like, maybe to go visit their grandparents for the summer, because it was a lot cheaper.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. But then, that's a bad idea on every level.
I got a couple more. What do you got?
I don't really have anything of note that I want to bring out. That's the only ones that I had.
99 years ago today.
Okay.
Lindbergh's ticker tape parade in 1927, celebrating the aviator Charles Lindbergh in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the largest celebrations in history.
Oh, okay.
Featuring over 375 tons of paper and an estimated 4 million spectators.
Wow.
I mean, that's huge. Think about it. That's 4 million then.
Mm-hmm.
It is estimated that more than 750,000 pounds, over 375 tons of paper and ticker tape, were thrown from skyscrapers of lower Manhattan. This was roughly 1 million rolls of ticker tape.
Man, what a mess.
Remains one of the largest paper dumped on a single event. Economic toll of the city, the parade, and the city streets were absolute disaster, like you said. It took 2,000 street cleaners over several days to clear up 2 tons of total debris.
Oh, Mondami would have had that cleared up in minutes. Are you kidding me?
Anyway, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I knew there was some kind of hullabaloo about it. I didn't know it was that.
Right.
Tons. Not pounds, but tons. That's crazy.
And this is not confetti. This is,
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah, that would have been a mess.
All right. Did you ever watch Rocky? Not yet. Haven't found a free place to watch it yet. Too big of an investment, is it?
Oh, I'm afraid. I have to be honest with you. I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to make it through the whole movie.
You will.
Because it just looks so bad. I just don't think I can make it through. How long is it?
I'd have to look it up. Not long enough. Now, if you watch all of them, that might be more of an investment. I think you should watch the first 2.
An hour and 59 minutes. Oh.
Well spent. Time well spent.
The
reason I ask, there's another boxing movie called Cinderella Man. Have you seen that?
Cinderella Man. Is that the Clint Eastwood joint?
No.
Oh,
that's $1 Million Baby.
Yeah, I saw that one. That was good.
That was good.
Yeah.
Cinderella Man, I also recommend.
Who's in it?
Who were we just talking about that we both love?
Tom Cruise?
No. Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Wait a second. Tell me. I think I have seen that.
It's a period piece, like 1935.
Yeah.
So he fights Max Baer. During the Depression era.
Okay, I have seen that. Cinderella Man.
Yes,
I have seen that.
Okay. Well, this is that story.
Okay.
91 years ago today, Braddock, James Braddock, who he plays in that movie,
right,
upsets Baer, Max Baer, in the bout in 1935. He was a 10-1 underdog, and it's considered the greatest upset in boxing history.
10-1.
10-1.
Wow.
He was considered he had the title of a Cinderella Man. He was, remember from the movie, he was in financial straits. He had broken, I think, an arm or a hand that kept him from boxing. Depression hits. He has to work on the docks when work is allowed. I mean, when he gets picked to work, flights cut off at his house. Because he was working on the docks and because his right hand was broken, he started developing strength in his left. He became very fit by working on the docks. He got an opportunity to box again. He won. He fought again, won, fought again, won, and then got a shot at the title with Max Baer, who at the time had accidentally killed, who had two of his opponents had died in the ring.
Wow.
So he had a reputation of being a deadly contender. And here's Max, who's older. And anyway, he was not favored to win at all. In fact, the promoter made him watch the videos of Max Baer killing two others so that he knew what he was getting into before he could fight.
Wow.
He had gone on government assistance, and after he won his second bout, I think he actually paid everything he got from government assistance back. He just thought that was the right thing to do. And
that's commendable.
Yeah. So anyway, that was Today in History. That was one of my favorite stories.
Nice. Yeah, I had forgotten. I have seen that movie.
It was on yesterday. I wonder if it's because it's
right around
that time.
Yeah, very well could have been. Interesting. Do you have anything else for this day in history?
Several things.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. 89 years ago today, DiMaggio hit 3 home runs in 1937, 3 consecutive home runs in the same game.
Mm-hmm. We've talked about that before.
We have. Mm-hmm. He was the 25th player to do it. A total of 336 different Major League Baseball players have hit 3 home runs in a single regular season game.
And as we've talked before in baseball, if you don't think of it in context, that sounds like a large number. It's actually a very small number. Right. It's a very, very small percentage.
Well, it's happened 480 times by 336 different people.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, let's see, what else did I have today? 49 years ago today, in 1977, convicted Martin Luther King assassin James Earl Ray was recaptured. He had escaped jail.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And June 13th in history, the convicted assassin was recaptured by authorities following a massive mountain manhunt that ended a 45-hour escape that ended that he and 6 other inmates had broke out of Brushy Mountain State Prison in Tennessee. For that, they extended his sentence. He was originally sentenced to 99 years, and they upped it to 100 years.
Oh,
they added a year.
I guess they needed to do something.
Right.
But did it really matter?
He had escaped once before.
Well, he's crafty.
He is crafty. His first escape was, while serving a previous armed robbery sentence in the Missouri State Penitentiary in 1967. He famously escaped by hiding in a large bread box loaded onto a prison bakery truck.
Was he like a contortionist? That's it. How big was his bread box?
I don't know.
That's impressive. So what you're saying is, I mean, obviously killing anyone, whether or not they're the notoriety of Dr. King, he was just a bad person even before that. I mean,
right.
In and out of jail.
And like you said, like a Houdini.
Yeah. Well, what if they didn't Mirandarize him? I'm just saying. Let him go free.
He did later. He did. Let's see. I think he admitted that he had done it, if I'm not mistaken, and then recanted.
Right.
And said that some guy named Raul did it or something.
They coerced it out of him.
Well, they didn't overturn it.
Raul. The smooth sounds of Raul. The jazz player, yeah. Was it the jazz musician? I don't know. Nobody's going to get that reference, Christopher.
What else you got? Any others?
No.
I had 46 years ago today, in 1980, the UN Security Council calls for South Africa to free Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
On June 13th, 1980, the United States Security Council adopted Resolution 473, formally calling on the South African apartheid regime to release Nelson Mandela and some other political prisoners. He was already 16 years into his sentence when they did that. And years after his eventual release in 1990, so that was 10 years later.
Mm.
So that means that he was 26 years in jail, right?
Mm-hmm.
His eventual 27-year imprisonment pressure played in it, ended up to him getting free, but he was convicted for 26 years or 27 years. He got out a year early.
Mm.
My whole point is he ended up serving almost his entire
the entire sentence.
Just because they asked for it, it didn't really do anything.
Right.
I didn't realize that when I first read it. Well, that's important. And then I read into it and I go, they demanded his release,
basically a year,
and then he served his time and they let him go.
Right.
So, okay, here's one that I do agree should have gone straight to trial wasn't needed, which you rarely ever hear me say that. 29 years ago today, 1997, jurors in Oklahoma City bombing trial sentenced Timothy McVeigh to death. They only deliberated for 2 days, returning
on the verdict or
he was sentencing.
The sentencing. They deliberated
for 2.
Oh,
I see what you're saying. I don't know. The jury deliberated for 2 days before returning the sentence of death. I bet you that was
Well, now that I can see, though, because if you have 12 people, the likelihood of having 12 people that are all 100% pro capital punishment is unlikely, but
less likely.
It's not impossible, but
clearly not.
Yeah, but as reprehensible as that particular attack was, you probably would win over most people. But I could see how it could take a couple days of deliberation.
Right. Well, he chose to drop his appeals and expedite his execution. He was put to death by lethal injection on June 11th of 2001.
Still 11 years later?
4 years.
4 years.
97, 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 4 years.
Well, I won't go off on a tangent here. I'm just going to say, if he waived all of his appeals, it should have been 4 days.
Right.
Like our judicial system is so bad.
That made him the first federal prison to be executed by U.S. government since 1963.
And how was he executed?
Lethal injection.
What you said that? Okay.
21 years ago today, in 2005, a jury in Santa Maria, California, acquitted pop star Michael Jackson of molesting 13-year-old Galvin Arvizio at his Neverland Ranch.
I know it's kind of in the news recently because I think there's maybe a documentary.
There is. Well, there's a movie out yet. Called Michael.
Yeah.
And this is not mentioned in it at all.
Well, because it's for part 2.
Right. Perhaps.
Yeah.
And it has had, I think it's done well at the movies.
Yeah. So I'll say this. I guess there's no way to really know. And Michael Jackson's no longer with us, had an untimely death, but which we broke, right, on our show.
Did we? We may have, yeah.
We did. No. It was within minutes of it hitting the wire. It actually hit the wire during our show, and we hit it live.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that. But
you can go back and listen to our previous episodes.
Yes, you can. Yeah, they're there on Spotify and YouTube. Yeah, all the platforms. But one thing that really has stood out to me, Corey Feldman, even more so, and to a lesser extent, Macaulay Culkin, have both been very outspoken about their personal horror that they went through.
No, I thought Macaulay Culkin said he slept in the same bed. But
no, I'm not talking about Michael Jackson. I'm talking about just as child stars.
I got you. Okay.
Both of them have been open about the experiences that they had.
Well, Macaulay Culkin testified in this trial,
right,
saying that he slept in the same bed with Michael Jackson, which I got to raise an eyebrow. Why?
Right.
But said nothing happened.
Right. And so as Corey Feldman said that Michael Jackson was actually in a role of protecting children. So I agree with you. Like, why was he sleeping in the same bed? However, I think this is just me, right? This is just some thoughts that I've pieced together because of, and I'm not trying to completely throw him under the bus here, but because of the father and just what, as we know it, a horrible human he was,
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe Michael Jackson had regressed to a childlike mental state and probably was as aware as he could, like more aware than regular people because of his fame of the way some children have been treated. And maybe it was more like being like super protective, because trust me, Corey Feldman is very outspoken.
Yes.
And he is like, has said a lot of things. I can't imagine that he would just magically be like, oh, but Michael Jackson, is innocent, did nothing to me, if it wasn't true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it just, for me, those two carry a significant amount of weight in that. And maybe he was just a fall guy for some other stuff that was going on, and he was innocent. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Things like sleeping in the same bed with children gives me pause, gives me great pause.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember this trial going on,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a lot of red flags on the supposed victim side too. The mother's was very crooked,
right,
and very.
It seemed like a money grab to me.
Right, that's what it seemed like to me. I shouldn't say she was crooked, but she was not believable.
Right,
and I had major doubts.
Right.
So
Yeah.
It didn't surprise me he was found not guilty.
Right.
But it didn't put to rest that I felt like he's.
Well, sometimes it's.
And I'm not saying he did.
Right.
I still question things.
Yeah, but see, my point, and I agree. I mean, there's seemingly red flags still,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't think of a good analogy here. But there are things that you or I, whether it was cultural, the way we were reared and taught by our parents, or something else that we may think is okay and someone from another country wouldn't, or vice versa, right? So there are, like, I know that there are, let's just say, here's an example. My mother-in-law kisses me on the lips.
Mm-hmm.
It does not bother me at all. Some people have said to me, I saw you kiss your mother on the lips. It's like, yeah, she's always kissed me on the lips. I mean, no open mouth, nothing like that. Just we kiss on the lips.
That would be a red flag.
Like, some people would be very uncomfortable with that. It does not bother me at all. So that's not a good analogy, but you see what I'm saying? Like, I agree with you. Like, sleeping in the same bed, it seems like a red flag, and I think it should be viewed as a red flag. But just because it's a red flag doesn't necessarily mean an offense has been committed.
Right.
So for him, it may have just been this innocent, childlike state he was in because of the trauma he had gone through, and he was like, I know at least this way this kid is protected. I still think it's weird, but then also, and I am a Michael Jackson fan, he was weird in certain ways, right? So I don't know, but it just seems like it just seems all very strange to me.
Yep.
Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
No.
I'm going to wait for that one to stream.
Okay.
I didn't feel like I needed to see that on the big screen.
I've heard good things about it, though.
Disclosure Day just came out yesterday. I thought I might want to see that in.
Spielberg, right? Yeah.
I might see that on the big screen. That's the first movie I've really considered seeing at the movies in a while.
Yeah, I haven't been to a movie theater, and I can't even tell you how long. There's nothing that interests me. I mean, maybe if they do a remake of Rocky. First in line.
Rocky 8.
Rocky.
Adrian returns. No, anyway, I got another one.
Okay.
14 years ago today, in 2012, San Francisco Giants' Matt Cain pitches his first perfect game
Yes.
in the franchise history of Houston Astros.
I think I actually saw part of that game live.
Wow.
No?
I did not.
I think I did. That's back when I was watching baseball.
It was the 22nd perfect game in Major League Baseball history. So there's only been 24 ever. So you talk about how few.
Yeah. And Ryan has 7 of them?
No. He has.
No?
No. Let's see. He struck out 14 batters.
Mm-hmm.
He tied Koufax for the most strikeouts ever recorded in a perfect game. He threw 125 pitches and only needed 101 pitches to the first 8 innings.
Wow.
Let's see. Cain became the first and still only pitcher in Major League Baseball history to score a run while throwing a perfect game.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I love the stats.
I know it.
That's great.
He came home on a double by Gregor Blanco in the 6th inning.
How did he get on base?
I don't know.
Was it a hit or a walk?
Or a walk. I don't know. Or hit by a pitch.
But,
Who knows?
because if he got on, the reason why I asked, because if he got on by a hit, that's even more impressive.
Yeah.
Because there are some pitchers that are good hitters.
Yeah.
Like my dad was cranking home runs all the time as a pitcher, but it's not the norm.
I just watched one. I don't think I saved it to send to you. Of a pitcher, I can't think of his name, but he's huge. He's a big guy.
Oh, Bartolo Colon.
Bartolo Colon.
Yeah.
He hit a home run. You see that? He hit a home run.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it was 42, I think.
I don't know.
I think he was, and I saw that live when it happened.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I did.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I just watched it like yesterday.
Yeah, he had home run
on reels.
Mm-hmm.
24 pitchers have pitched the perfect game. Do you know who has pitched the perfect game since?
Only 2.
Matt Cain.
There's only been 2.
2 sets.
Since, and what date was
24. 2012 was when
2012.
Matt McCain. So there was another one in 2012, and then one in 2023.
2012. Is it a name I would know?
Yes, I think so.
Give me the team.
Mariners was one.
Oh no, I don't know.
Felix Hernandez.
Felix Hernandez
and Domingo Germain.
That's the one in 23.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that you said it, I know it, but I'm not as familiar with from 23 on.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, that's
I got 2 more.
Okay.
For this day in history.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago today, $46 million pay deal for Musk from Tesla was approved by his shareholders.
Mm-hmm.
Making it the largest American corporate deal pay in history. Thought that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then 16 years ago today, in 2010, Jimmy Dean died.
Oh, okay. The sausage guy?
Sausage guy.
Yeah.
Well, and singer.
And singer, yeah.
And cowboy. He sang Big Bad John.
Yeah, Big Bad John.
Big Bad John.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh.
He actually had a TV show called The Jimmy Dean Show. And he was an actor in Diamonds Are Forever.
Oh, sure enough. Yeah. Talking about an older film.
Yep.
I think I'm going to call them out right now. History.com, they need to up their game.
They do. I mean, if I'm showing them up.
I mean, because you would think.
I get mine from multiple sources.
The History Channel, but you would think the History Channel, and it's literally called history.com.
Yeah.
And it's this day in history. You would think that maybe they wouldn't have everything, but they would have. I get the baseball.
You'd think they'd have more than Eric McMahon.
Right.
I'm sorry, I just gave my last name on the show.
I'm gonna have to go edit. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Copyright infringement.
That's right.
Yes.
I don't give consent.
Yeah. I need to call them out on that. They have some interesting things in there, but they have some things that I think that are missed that shouldn't be.
Right.
Do you have any good news? Because
Well, since we're talking sausage,
yeah, we have good news.
we do have good
Local,
news.
yes, we do.
Nice's Country Sausage is being acquired by a Raleigh-based company and aims to restore production.
The White family, I think?
The White family, yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That is good news. And if you are not from North Carolina, but specifically the Piedmont Triad, not that other people in North Carolina don't know, but you would not understand the significance of this.
Yeah, it's huge.
Nice's sausage, and I saw the majority of the complaints online were about the liver pudding, which I do not like. I've had it before. I do not like it on any level. However,
is that the competitor to Scrapple? Is that like Scrapple?
It's kind of, yeah. Do
you like Scrapple?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
My daughter's mother, Jackie, my first wife, she loves Scrapple, and I got to. I liked it too. Yeah. You fried it up; it's good.
Get it crispy.
Yeah, get it crispy.
Yeah.
I liked it. But Nice's Sarah's family has a lot of ties to it. I think like 4 of her family members worked there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a long time. In fact, her brother was a driver for her for a while.
Okay,
but I think her grandmother worked there for like 30 years or something. I don't want to quote wrong, but so they have a lot of ties to that.
I have, a lot of times people like, this just came to mind, like Raising Cane's, like people from like maybe some of your family in Ohio. They're like, oh, it's so much better than Chick-fil-A.
Right. Yeah.
People here are like,
my nephews
would, Chick-fil-A is so much better than Raising Cane's, right? I mean, it's because it's something that they grew up with and it's what they're accustomed to. I'm not saying it is or isn't better. I'm just saying we know that we are drawn to things that we grow up with, right? I did not grow up with Nice's sausage. I grew up in West Palm Beach, and I came up here. The first time I had Nice's sausage, I was blown away. Like, for me, there was no other sausage I'd had that even come close to it. Like, it's just.
Did you have a favorite of their sausage?
Yeah, just the regular country sausage. Yeah,
I like their sage. I really like their sage sausage.
Well, and here's the thing. For me, well, you can't have sausage without sage, right? Sausage. It's like literally. But for me, sage goes a long way. A little goes a long way. I like it, but the sage one for me is a little too overpowering with the sage flavor. I would eat it. Like if I came to your house and that's all you had, I'm not going to turn it down.
Right.
But and people assume that I would like the hot because I like spicy.
That was my next question. Was it hot or mild?
I like the hot, but just the regular Nice's country sausage, for me, is the best. I just love it. Yep. I have some in the freezer right now.
Well, it's rare. It's hard to find.
Yep. Well, I was going to drive. So for Thanksgiving and Christmas, Lauren always makes dressing, and she uses sausage. She has recipes she uses, and it's my favorite. Better than my mother's. She won't see this, so I can get away with saying that. Hands down, it's my favorite. And she said I need some Nice's sausage, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I've been to like 5 or 6 stores. And I was just going to drive there on Alamance Church Road and just go to the factory and be like, can I buy a pound of sausage from you?
Nope.
But I was at the Taj Mateater there on Friendly
Center.
And I asked the butcher, and he was like, oh, there's none out there. Let me go in the back. And he went in the back, and he came out with a box, and it was full.
Wow.
And I don't want to exaggerate, but it was maybe about like this. I would say there was probably 30 blocks in there, so say 30 pounds. He said, how many do you want? I was like, 6, 8. He's like, you can buy the whole box. So I ended up getting 10.
Wow.
So I knew I had Thanksgiving and Christmas covered and other occasions.
This must have been a little while ago.
Can
you think of another time where you might have got that much?
Yes, as a matter of fact. Eric and I were, in fact, it just came up in my my Facebook reels recently. So I am pretty sure it was late May or early June. Okay. Eric and I were at our local, not Miami anymore, Pittsburgh Pirate affiliate here in Greensboro, North Carolina. They're now called the Greensboro Grasshoppers. We were there, and we were in a section 107, and it was pretty. I mean, only a couple thousand people there. It was a weeknight. And they had this thing where Spaz would come to you and ask you questions. And if you got whatever it was, you win 10 pounds of sausage. And we were selected and we won 10 pounds of sausage.
Yep.
And no, was it 10 pounds? Yeah,
it was 10 pounds.
10 pounds.
Yeah, it was 10 pounds.
It was 10 pounds of sausage.
That's why I said that when you said you got 10. I go, well,
there you go.
There you go.
Niece's sausage. If you can get a hold of some and you haven't tried it before, just try it. Maybe you won't like it as much as your favorite one, but it is legendary in this area for sure. What else do we have?
That's all the news I got.
That's it.
I mean, that's all the news. That's all the this day in history.
Yeah.
I kind of fast forwarded to the news. With that was some of my good news.
That is good news here.
That was great news.
So if you're in Vietnam, Mom, you probably don't think it's good news, but it is.
So one of my clients and good friend, his name's Jim Neese. His wife is Marcia. Longtime friends and clients. He's related to them in some way, and his son is Luke Neese, who is a professional dirt bike rider. Okay.
I met a young lady many years ago, and her last name was Gwaltney. She was from Virginia, and just out of the blue, I said, "Are you?"
Is that ham? What is Gwaltney?
It's pork.
Okay.
They have bacon.
Gotcha.
You have ham, sausage. Yeah. And I was like, wait a second, are you related to the Gwaltney pork family? And she was like, yeah, that's my grandfather. I'm like, oh, I can't. It was something to do with work. It was a long time ago. I was at the law firm. But yeah, that was interesting. So you know some nieces. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Do you have any trivia for us today?
Trivia, I do have a couple. Let me see if there's anything good though.
Well, while you're looking that over, I looked at a trivia.com and it has some cool stuff on there. But also I did some fact checking and some of it was inaccurate. So I was like, I don't want to use this. So you have anything for us?
Is there anything on Earth that is, let's say, 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun?
My wife.
I hope she listens to this. That's some good points right there.
No, I'm talking about the heat she generates in bed.
Oh.
No, I was both. 5 times hotter than No, I don't know.
Lightning.
Oh, lightning.
Lightning is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun.
Wow.
A bolt of lightning.
I don't know about that. How about the people that
54,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's intense.
That is intense. This one I have a hard time believing. I didn't fact check it, but I'm going to say it anyway. What do you think the longest anyone's held their breath underwater is?
I'm not remembering. Chris and Chris actually talked about this months ago.
Oh, really?
In my mind, it was 6 minutes and 53 seconds, but I think it's longer than that.
It's longer. Keep going.
8 minutes.
Higher.
12?
Higher.
No, they would be dead.
Take that one and double it.
24?
24.5 minutes. The world record for breath holding underwater was achieved by Croatian Budimir Sobat.
Croatian.
On March 27th, 2021, who held his breath for 24 minutes and 37 seconds.
And there's some kind of rigorous training regimen and stuff that he does to go. I remember reading about that. I think that is accurate, but it sounds impossible.
The average human holds their breath for 30 to 90 seconds. So
yeah, me and my childhood friend Chris Faber, his parents owned a motel, and so I would go there and we would swim in the motel pool, and we would always see how long we could hold. And the longest I ever got to was 63 seconds. Well, 63. I don't know how many seconds. There's like 1, 2, but 63 was the highest I ever got, and I thought I was going to die.
Right.
I can't imagine 24 minutes.
That's insane.
But what you have, wouldn't he have like
Brain damage? Because you
from,
think is a lack of oxygen to the
because
brain?
people that are out for like 5 or 6 minutes have brain damage. My mom would say you have to have brain damage to even want to attempt that in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's impressive.
What percent of the ocean floor have we explored?
Well, 1%.
Less.
Yeah, I was going to say
0.001%.
Yeah, I was going to say that's got to be very small, because we haven't even explored all the dry land, right? And that's what 2/3 of the Earth is under the ocean. So
yeah, that still seems low to me.
Yeah,
that we've only seen roughly the size of Rhode Island.
Right. I would believe that though. Mm-hmm. It's the vastness we can't. Because remember, of course, this isn't the ocean floor, but the thing about if we drill a hole down to the middle and someone like free fell, it would take like, I think 18 or 19 minutes. Mm-hmm. That confuses my brain. So, yeah.
Well, I read this and I'm thinking maybe we should start our show with a disclaimer. Mm-hmm. You can actually die of laughing. And a number of people actually have.
Really?
Yep.
Like the cause of death is literally laughing.
Yep.
They laugh themselves to death.
Yes.
Oh, wait a second. Did they have any other kind of underlying issues going on?
There is a famous Greek Stoic philosopher allegedly died laughing after watching his intoxicated donkey attempt to eat figs. I think that's the first recorded incident of dying of laughing.
Well, most people think philosophy and humor go hand in hand, right? I mean, figs are good. I enjoy a fig. I have a fig tree. I got a fig tree for my birthday.
Did you?
Yeah. From Greece.
How about that?
Yeah, as a matter of fact.
We have one. Mm-hmm. I've had it ever since I bought the house. I didn't know it was a fig tree. Mm-hmm. I guess the deer were getting it because on the back corner of my house, a side that I don't usually go to too often, and apparently maybe the deers got them before I noticed or whatever. But Sarah noticed it, and they are good. Mm-hmm. They are good. Now she cut it way back last year. It's coming back, but I almost thought she cut it back too far.
They you don't for here. You just want to keep them away from the north wind, and east wind. But your house faces west-ish, right?
Let me think here a second.
Yeah.
It faces west. Is that what you just said? Yeah.
It faces Winston-Salem.
Yeah.
That's west. Yeah, that's how in my mind.
Well, I had to think of how the sun rose and it comes to the back through my. So yeah.
So it's if it's in the back, is it in the back on to the left or the right? If you're facing the backyard.
What do you mean? The sun rising?
No, the fig tree.
The fig tree is on the far side of the house, not away from the garage, away from the drive.
Okay, so it's on the south end. Okay,
it's the only thing I get a lot of direct sign is on that side.
Yeah, and that's where, and they need to be away from icy wind, and then also they don't do well if the roots are like really soggy. But yeah, I'm going to plant mine eventually somewhere, and so yours bears fruit.
Yeah,
nice.
Oh yeah, every year.
Nice.
If we can beat the birds and the squirrels and the
squirrels, yeah, that's right,
and the deer.
So, can't blame them. It's free food.
No.
Was that it?
I had one more, but I'll save it.
One more what?
Trivia thing.
Oh no, go ahead, do it.
Well, I don't know if it's really trivia. Did you know that electrons might live forever?
Electrons.
Scientists have estimated the minimum lifetime of electron is about 6.6 by 1,028 years, which is 66,000 Yoda years.
Wow.
Since this is about 5 quintillion times the age of the universe, even if electrons don't live forever, they might as well.
Right. So. Well, there you go. That's all the trivia. 2 hours again.
Are we really?
Yeah, my goodness.
We still got good news to go.
We do. Well, I thought the good news was nieces.
Well, that was one. I got one. I got several more, but I got one more I was going to talk to you about.
Okay.
Act of kindness turns into gifts from the sky.
Was this like when the meat fell in Kentucky?
Kind of. It does include birds.
It does? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
A woman who rescued a trapped crow marvels that it turned into an extraordinary friendship. Mm-hmm. When Leah Wilson learned that an injured crow was trapped in the home's rain gutter, she couldn't ignore it. She tried to get a ladder, but she couldn't reach it. So she called the fire department. They ended up saving the crow. She drove it to the wildlife rehab center. And then she, while she was there, the crow latched onto her finger and held hands with her on the way. A few days later, she learned that the crow had been released and it was well. Mm-hmm. And since then, the crow and several crows have been bringing her gifts and dropping it right at her feet as she...
I heard this on Chris and Chris.
This same one?
Yeah, they're talking about the crow. I saw recently about crows bringing gifts to people.
That happens all the time. So Sarah's been trying to... She watches videos on YouTube about this all the time. Mm-hmm. And she's been trying to befriend a crow. Mm-hmm. So like she puts peanuts out for them. We don't get them in our house. So it's hard. You got to kind of build them over time. Mm-hmm. And so, but I even got her a t-shirt. I forget, befriend a crow and make dough. And it shows like rings and stuff that the birds bring them. But it does happen.
But befriend two, commit murder.
Two's not a murder. Isn't 4? I thought 4 was a murder, right?
I think just more than one.
Oh, I thought it was... Why did I think it was 4 was a murder?
I don't know.
Because I thought you sent me one that had 3 crows and it was an attempted murder.
No. It was one crow on a power line, another one over here taking a step.
Oh, okay.
Attempted murder.
Gotcha.
Technically, just 2 or more.
I gotcha. Yeah. Okay. I watched a video I subscribed to this guy that's on YouTube where he's like a homesteader, mm-hmm. and he gives different tips on things. Like plant marigolds in your raised beds, mm-hmm. and it's a natural pest repellent. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then he showed how to harvest the seeds from those and plant them year over year and year over year. Different things like that. Mm-hmm. Well, he has like 4 or 5 videos where he goes, I'm going to try and befriend crows to get them to be mercenaries for my farm. To defend mm-hmm. my chicks. Mm-hmm. So he tries to, and it takes like 3 months before he finally gets he puts peanuts out because that's one of their preferred treats, and he put it too close to the house, so the kids are and the cats and the dogs were trying to chase them off. So he put it a little bit further away, mm-hmm. and then crows finally started, and he would leave like little silver tin foil out for them mm-hmm. to take. They like little trinkets, mm-hmm. and so over time this same 3 crows were mm-hmm. kind of coming and he would get closer and they wouldn't run away, and they would see him put the food out for him, and he developed and then he had a video later of a hawk coming to the farm.
They chase him off, yeah.
And they chased the hawk off.
Mm-hmm. Our crows here chase the hawks off. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing, they're not like chasing them from anything. They just chase them off. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was
cool. No, that is cool. So Santa, we know Santa.
Yes.
Yeah. Santa and when he's not busy in December, he lives in Saxapahaw.
Okay.
And he has 95 acres, and he has a murder of crows that protect his chicks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and chickens. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. He's got, he goes out every morning and puts food out for them. He has a big tree stump.
Yep.
And he puts the food on there, and also, little trinkets for them to take off. But they, in turn, when the red tails swoop in for the chickens, roosters, and the baby chicks, the crows are just like, and they do chase them off. Yeah.
Sarah's big into the wanting to befriend her. Well, in fact, I rented a documentary last night. We didn't make it all the way through it, about crows.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'd recommend it. We're halfway through it, and it's okay.
It's more, I think, more fun just to watch them outside. I mean, they are
smart too.
Oh, very smart.
Yeah.
Lincoln will tell you, he's like, Dad, crows are smart.
On the documentary, they were showing how that certain crows will use tools to fish for insects and trees and all that kind of stuff.
And they count. They can do math. Like I've seen them where they're like doing math and stuff,
right?
With like objects. I mean, they're remarkable birds.
I saw a video where a crow had a walnut. He couldn't get it open. He would drop it from high heights and it wouldn't break. And he would put it underneath like a
brick
rock,
or
a
something?
brick,
Yeah.
and then knock the brick over, and it wouldn't break. So then he put it in the road, and it wouldn't get run over by cars. So he'd move it over where the cars were running, and it would finally got run over, and he flew down and ate it out. I mean, they're smart.
The dropping the brick on it though, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
On the documentary last night, some college, this has been going on for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
The professors or whatever, they would put on these caveman masks, and they went out and caught 3 crows and put them into a cage. I wouldn't say they mistreat them, but they didn't like it. And then they re-released them. And that's the last I wouldn't say harmful thing, but bad thing in their mind that they did to the crows, right? It wasn't long before when they would walk out, they would put on these caveman masks and they would walk through the through the quad or whatever. Commons, whatever. Well, the other crows would squawk and say, bad person, trying to alert other people. And 10 years later, they not have done anything else. Same thing. Fine with everybody else, but if you wear a caveman mask,
they start squawking.
Wow. As a predator of danger or whatever.
Wow. That's impressive.
So they're teaching other crows the same thing.
Right. Yeah, they're an interesting bird for sure.
How long do you think a crow lives?
Oh gosh. I'm gonna go with 40 years.
40? I have no idea. I think it's 16, which I thought was long. I thought they lived like 3 or 4.
I didn't know.
I think it's like 16 years. I think that's what they said in the documentary last night.
That's cool. Yeah, they what's the difference between a crow and a raven? To me, they're the same bird. I know they're not the same bird. But.
They're not. And I watched something about that recently. I think crows, first of all, I think travel in groups, like 4 or more, 3 or 4. Or ravens are usually like 2. Ravens, I think, are bigger.
They are bigger.
I think there's something different with their feather, like their tail feathers. I don't remember all.
But they're similar.
They are very similar.
Yeah. What is a group? I've asked you
I saw a huge one when we were in Alaska. I mean, that bird, that raven was massive.
What is a group of ravens called? Do you remember?
Let me think. Is it a crew? I don't remember.
An unkindness.
Unkindness.
Yeah. So crows and murder, ravens unkindness. Yeah. Because my grandma used to say, she goes, look at that unkindness out there. What are you talking about? She's like, those ravens. I mean, those are words like, and she would say a murder of crows. Like these are words that aren't common now. Right. But my grandma used them. You know?
There were. I don't know where they were on this documentary, but there was some like Eskimo type people. I don't know if that's politically correct, but they were saying how crows are dependent on people, and there's a symbiosis there that they'll warn people of harm coming to them, but they'll also indicate where, like if they're hunting something, where to go to hunt them, and because they can't kill a deer, right? But they can eat the scraps.
They can eat the scraps, right?
Whatever the humans kill. Right. They also follow wolves for the same reason. And they think that they do the same thing. They point out to the wolves where
I wouldn't be surprised
prey is to help them kill it. I mean, locate it so they can kill it, so they can feed on the scraps.
That's cool. So we need to do some research. I want to know the similarities and differences between crows, ravens, and rooks.
Tune in next week. That's a cliffhanger.
Let's throw magpies in there while we're at it.
Okay.
Yeah, but because, rook, you guys may have picked up, I'm a big fan. Okay, well, you know what?
We broke our record. We broke our record. 2 hours and 13 minutes. Unless you have something.
No
good news that you want to share?
I'm telling you, I think I'm just going to delete all my URLs, all my links. I went through last night and again this morning. I'll show you right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 links. There was only one story, and I'm not going to pull it up because I don't remember which. something, and I don't even remember who they were. Some celebrities raised money and provided prosthetics for 2,000 amputees.
Wow. Probably Gary Sinise. Were they veteran?
No,
amputees?
it was not Gary. I don't remember who it was. It was names most people would know. But that's the kind of stuff we're looking for. Nothing that isn't jaded.
I found a couple and I even printed out, but I didn't read them. But it's probably not really good. It's not bad news, but it's metal. I found two different stories about people metal detecting. Mm-hmm. I think they were both from England. And one found a 1,700-year-old ring from Roman ring.
Oh, wow.
And then one found a gold and diamond ring that dated back, I don't know, like 800 years or something.
Wow.
That's
cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
It's good, but it's interesting.
It's good for them.
Good for them.
For sure, yeah. Speaking of England,
mm-hmm.
my wife and mother-in-law are in Scotland right now.
Very nice.
So they are in the UK. They're starting in Edinburgh and going to work their way around to Glasgow. And then they are staying an extra day after the tour ends, and they are going to go to the village of Ayr, Ayr, which is a little village where my mother-in-law has ancestors buried in the church cemetery.
Wow.
So she is...
Is it just Scotland, or are they going to...
It's just Scotland.
Not to Ireland or anything?
No, well, their connecting flight was in Dublin, so they did touch down and leave from there. But no, they're... the one that Lauren, I think, really wanted to do included Scotland and England, but it was also maybe 16 days or something like that. There was also one that my wife wanted to do in Scotland that covered more. I think it was 13 or 14 days, but my mother-in-law was nervous because it goes up into the northern part, into the sea and a couple of the islands, mm-hmm. and the seas are very rough there, and she was not interested in that.
If you're afraid, so you're
scared. Which she did, and so my wife deferred to that. But no, I think it's 8-day tour with Trafalgar, and then the extra day they're doing on their own. They're just going to ride the train. I think it's like a 55-minute ride from Glasgow.
Very nice.
To Ayr. And I printed out an itinerary for them where the church and the cemetery. I'm getting it wrong. Graveyard, excuse me. You know the difference between a graveyard and a cemetery, right?
I don't know that I do.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
So I don't get it backwards, mm-hmm. because I will when I'm under pressure.
Trying to think.
Okay. A graveyard is when it's attached to church grounds.
Okay.
So if it's attached to the church, then it's not secular. That is a graveyard. A cemetery is a secular burial ground managed by, some kind of governing body.
So it's attached, maybe not physically but just managed by a church is a great...
No, if it's attached, the burial grounds is part of the church property.
Well, what if...
Mm-hmm.
And you may not know. We have to research, and you can tell us next week if
mm-hmm.
we have to, because our listeners are going to know.
Riveting.
My mother-in-law
uh-huh.
is on a conservatory board for
mm-hmm.
a church called Melanchthon.
Mm-hmm.
It's an old church in probably Julian.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
And it's a historic church.
Mm-hmm.
There's a historic graveyard,
mm-hmm.
but there's a road that separates the two. I bet eventually it was connected, but now a road divides the two.
Correct. So, yes. So where Carlin is buried,
mm-hmm.
you have Providence Friends.
Yep.
And across the road is the graveyard. That road, to your point, possibly did not exist like it does now. But what I think, even if it did exist as not paved, right, it was still church property. So Providence Friend Church, well, this meeting house.
I guarantee you they don't own the state road. It's divided.
No. But they own where the burial plots are.
Right.
That's my point. So not necessarily physically connected as all one contiguous piece of property.
Right.
But here's the church, here's the property. They still own this property. That's where they bury. So it would still be a graveyard. Yeah.
Okay. Graveyard attached to church, cemetery if it's
secular.
Secular.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily have to be physically attached. It's owned and governed by the church. Then it's not secular. That's a graveyard.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Riveting stuff. I know.
Boy, I love learning new stuff. I did not know that. I truly did not know that.
Oh, you didn't know? Yeah.
I did not know that. And that's good.
So
I like to know that.
that's because I think most people kind of use those terms, interchangeably, which I understand, right? Because it's where people are interred. That's just how it is.
Do you know why they put a fence around it?
People dying to get in.
That's right. So my daughter, teacher, just had her last day of school yesterday. Mm-hmm. She and her mother are going to Ireland and England in 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
By the way, Susie and Craig will be down from Maryland to cat sit for them.
Okay.
So we're going to get together.
Cat sit?
What? I don't know. But I want to try and do a couple things with them while they're in town. So maybe if you want to join.
Oh, absolutely.
I think I'm going to take them to Red Oak, one thing.
I do enjoy the company of Uncle Craig and Aunt Susie.
There you go.
I love Aunt Susie.
I talked to her while I was on vacation. Can't tell. Well, my ex won't be listening to this. I doubt anyway. So I talked to her while we were at the beach, and she didn't let me share it with her yet.
Oh, okay. Yep. Well, let's say thank you. Appreciate you listening.
Did you want to share any stats? Have you looked at how many countries have we gained any countries? No.
Well, I could not get the scroll. It was not scrolling down to look at all of them.
Gotcha.
Something was weird going on. I did look at it this morning. I believe we're at 34 countries. Yeah.
Okay.
But definitely, and shout out to Todd, who actually is
an active, avid
listener who's like burning through all of our episodes. That he's probably finished all of them. But yeah, our overall.
Now, Christopher, that reminds me. He's listened to all of our episodes, 60 some odd episodes.
70 some.
70 some.
Including the new ones.
Okay, 70 some. And they're, I don't know how long our older ones. Let's just say 70.
They were all at an hour.
Let's say it's 70 hours of listening that he has done. And he'll never get that time back. And you're worried about 2 hours for Rocky. Now, I guarantee you there are more people that would say the 2 hours of Rocky. I'm not trying to put our show down, but there's probably more people would say the 2 hours of Rocky is time better spent than 2 hours on Incoherent Ramblings.
I don't know, man. I love some Incoherent Rambling. Well, I mean, Stallone does ramble. I mean, he talks like he has a mouthful of marbles. So, I mean, there is that. Maybe there's a connection. Maybe I would enjoy it.
That's what I'm talking about.
And if he got hit really hard, he would be incoherent.
A little punch drunk?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. I am going to watch it. It is on my to-do list. The problem is there are so many things that are higher on the to-do list.
I just know that on this show, you said, I don't want to disappoint our listeners. On this show, you said, I'm going to make a promise to you. I am going to watch Rocky. I said, and Rocky 2. And I think you might even said, okay. Now,
No. I said, okay to Rocky. I did not commit to Rocky 2.
Well.
Oh, it seems like you said it's the better.
I do believe it's the better of the two. And I think it would give you a better.
So I need to. It's like a package deal.
I really do.
At least watch 1 and 2.
At least 1 and 2.
Okay.
So, and again, promise. I mean, you do. Are you a man of your word?
Well, clearly I'm not, because I made I didn't make it. This is my mistake. My mistake was making the promise that I would watch it prior to the next episode.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You never said when you would.
No, I did.
Oh, you did.
So I did break my promise.
Okay,
I will. I am going to hold myself accountable. I broke my promise. My new promise
That's
is
like somebody saying we're open 24 hours.
All right.
Not in a row.
Right. This is I'm going to make a new promise. At some point in time, in the relatively near future, I will watch Rocky. And how about this? And how about I give a review?
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Just an open, honest review on it. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Who's the nemesis? The main nemesis in the first one?
Creed.
Creed.
And
right.
2. Same nemesis in 2.
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Okay.
Apollo Creed.
Okay. Apollo Creed.
Yep.
Then I will at some point. I don't have anything going on tonight. Lauren's not here. Kids in bed. Maybe I could just.
They might enjoy it as well.
Just pop
it's
it
kid friendly.
Is it?
Yeah.
People beating the snot out of each other.
Yeah. It's not all boxing.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No.
I thought it was just like 2 hours in like beating each other.
I have a coworker who's in Philadelphia right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They going to Geno's?
I don't know. I think so. I think there is that the
steak and cheese
place.
Yeah.
She also mentioned there's another place there that makes some sort of fancy sandwich that they're known for. I tell you where she went yesterday, and I'm a little jealous.
Mm-hmm.
She went to Falling Water.
Well, okay. I thought you were going to say Blue Moon Cafe. I was like,
oh. No, but that's the Frank Lloyd Wright house that Sarah and I wanted to go to when we were coming home from our honeymoon, our first mini moon. And before we went to Alaska, the mini moon right after the wedding. And we were in the area, and I wanted to go. I planned to go. They were closed. I got some more weird hours, like they're closed on Mondays or Tuesdays or something like that. And it was the day that we were going to go, they were closed.
That happened to me, of course, less significant. But when I was in Greece, in Montevasia, there is an island that's part of the city, the town, and it's a mountain, an island. Ride a bus to it. At the very, very tip top, there's a monastery. And my brother-in-law, Corey, said, do you want to go to that? I'm like, absolutely. And it's 105 degrees, 106 degrees. And we're walking on cobblestones that have been there for so long, they're now slick.
Wow.
And so, try not to fall. It was quite the undertaking to get up there. Got up there, the only day of the week they're closed. Literally the only day of the week they're closed. And I was like, and I am drenched. Right. I'm just completely drenched. And I was like, are you kidding me? So, yeah.
The historic church we went to in Bath, I want to say it was built in like 1732. So, I mean, it's 40. I don't remember. I have to look back and see. But it's got a brick floor. And the bricks are 2 inches thick by 6 inches square. And originally they had patterns like floral or dragons and that kind of stuff that were imprinted on or part of them. And over time they've been worn flat.
Sure.
You can't even see them.
Wow. Yeah, I'm not a history buff, but I do enjoy things like that. Like I enjoy historical things, but I'm not a history person. But things like that, like when we were in Lisbon, just walking around, the tour guide took us to several different churches, several different historic sites, and it was just I enjoy that.
When I landed in Madrid, God, I think might have been 2004.
Yeah,
I went there.
Yeah, somewhere.
The people I flew over there with were tired. They were jet lagged. They went to sleep. I stayed up and I walked the city. I mean, that's those cities you walk. You don't drive.
Right, correct.
And so I'm learning my way around, and I'm even the street signs are on buildings. It's hard to. And I'm walking down this cobblestone alley, this little narrow alley, and then it opens up into this huge plaza, Plaza Mayor. And in the middle of the plaza is a statue by I want to say Michelangelo, but it's probably not. But from a famous artist, a horse statue in the middle of
just right there.
And you just stumble upon that kind of stuff.
Right.
The history is just unavoidable, and it's just amazing.
Right. Absolutely. Well, thank you for listening. And I would like to ask, if you listen to the show, whether you listen to all of it or parts of it or just here and there, would you do us a favor and like and subscribe, or subscribe, whether it's follow, it doesn't matter.
Why do we matter? I'm ignorant in this. Why does it matter if somebody subscribes or follows or likes or everybody you watch on YouTube and stuff? They all ask that.
Right.
Why is that important?
There's more than one reason, and I will.
Does it help us reach more people?
Yes, I will feign ignorance. I won't even feign. I will admit ignorance on it overall.
Because I don't do this for the popularity of
right.
it, clearly. I do it to spend time with a friend. And honestly, I take a lot out of the research of it because I enjoy the history.
Yeah. So a couple things, and I'm sure there's a lot more to it than what I'm going to say, but some of the big things, the reason why I'm asking, one, the more that happens, the more we get presented. So like if you just log into Spotify, it may give you some suggestions. And when you have new shows, like when ours was new, it automatically got presented to people, right? So if we have, let's say we have 250 people who at some point in time have listened to at least one episode. If they all were following, that is increasing us being presented to other potential listeners.
Gotcha.
So the more you're presented, obviously just numbers, right? If you're presented to 1,000 people and you're getting, 5%, well, there's 50 listeners, right?
Mm-hmm.
People that are following and listening on a regular basis. So just that helps that. And it also helps with the algorithms of being presented. Like if you log in and they notice you like these kind of type things, and then we have more people listening over here, it would be presented to you because you're kind of into that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So it helps with presence, overall presence. And there's more to it than that. And obviously the people that you're hearing say that, it's also for them about monetization. So for us, it's not, right? We're not monetized. But if we became monetized, we wouldn't complain, right? I'm not going to turn it down. But that's not the overall point.
Right.
That's not our main priority. But they're asking that because the more people that you have that are subscribed, let's say on YouTube, they'll say, subscribed, right? The more people that are subscribed, the more piece of the general pie that you get from advertisement.
Gotcha.
So it matters.
I just thought of something, and maybe we'll mention it in the next episode because people might have already tuned out on this one by now. But you know how we originally were going to talk about E plus R equals O, and then we talked about maybe adding a financial segment.
Mm-hmm.
I heard something while I was traveling. We were listening to some podcast coming home from the beach, and it said that people should save 1 hour of their pay per pay period.
Okay.
So, like if you work 40 hours a week, let's just say that somebody makes $60,000 a year,
mm-hmm.
and you divide that by 52 weeks,
mm-hmm.
and you divide that by 40 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? That they should be
1 hour of pay a week?
No, 1 hour of pay a day.
A day. Okay.
So you should be saving in that scenario around $28.85 a day.
So I would roll it up to 30.
So times. Right. Okay. And you'd multiply that times, let's say, well, you're only working 5 days.
5 days.
So they should be saving $144
and then do that times 52.
Times 52. They should be saving $7,500 a year.
Okay.
So you should be saving or investing 1 hour of your pay a week.
Right.
Pay yourself 1 hour of your pay a week.
A day.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So 5 hours a week.
5 hours a week.
So 5 out of 40 that's 1/8. Okay.
I thought that was interesting in a way to easily calculate how much you should be.
Yeah. And I would go out on record saying this. If you can save more than that, do it.
Right. Yep.
But that's just kind of like a rule of thumb,
right?
For starting. Yeah, that's good.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, well, $7,500 a year. Let's say if you literally did not invest it, you just put it in your mattress.
Mm-hmm.
That's 75,000 times 4. That's what, $300,000 that you would have in cash after working 40 years without compound interest.
Right.
So yeah, I mean I think that's a good thing. Yeah. Well, good deal. Well, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, follow, engage, and our merchandise is flying off the shelves. We literally cannot keep it in stock. I mean, literally,
Literally, we don't.
Because it's.
We did have a listener purchase some merchandise recently and said the shipping was quick and the quality was good.
Okay. Well, our shirts and sweatshirts are Gildan, and I've always, my personal favorite is whoever makes Carhartt. I don't know where it's made. It's a really thick, heavy quality T-shirt, but I have always liked the Gildan shirts that I've had. Yeah.
That same listener wanted us to sign it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's why I travel with a Sharpie. I know I've told you this.
We need a golden Sharpie is what we need. We need a golden Sharpie so that we can, for signing shirts.
We need a platinum Sharpie. I have a gold and a silver. We need a platinum. I know I've told you this before, and it may have even been on the show. Somewhere out in California, a kid is carrying around something with my signature on it, and he thinks he's got a celebrity.
And what did you sign?
I was at the Super Bowl. I'm not Super Bowl. I was at the World Series. I was on the field. This kid says, "Hey, will you sign my ball?" No. He had it was like a notepad,
right? And
he had a Sharpie. He did it right, like all you had to do. And I was like, "I'm nobody." He's like, "No, please." I was like, and the dad looks at me. He goes, "Sir, will you just please give him your autograph?" I was like, "Sure." I walked over. I said, "Christopher Harden." I signed my name, and then I was like, "No, I'll just go with 23 because it's Jordan's jersey." Number 23. So this kid is, hey, check this out. I got Christopher Harden's autograph. People are like, who?
Well, now it might be worth something. He might have been a foreshadowing of our fame. Christopher Harden of Incoherent Ramblings.
Well, that was 2002. I would guess he was probably somewhere around 8. So that was what, 24. So he's in his early 30s right now. Yeah. And who knows? The show's going to blow up and he's going to be like, "Hey, I've got a signature from 2002. Yeah, it's worth something."
I mean, it's not signed in platinum, but
right.
But it is early.
Yeah,
it is early.
Yeah, we're going to get a platinum, a diamond encrusted platinum grill. That's next for the show.
Don't go making promises. I know how that is.
Okay, we got to stop, or else I have to go get the power cord for our laptop. Okay, thanks everyone.
New record.
Okay, bye.